we've given Simon enough time to come back.
I don't want an energy infuser. How the fuck does draconic evolution work?
I don't know why you're worrying about an energy infuser in D&D.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
get off of Minecraft!
Says you.
Hey, am I playing a game right now?
Simon, are you here? I can see your away status has disappeared. The answer is probably yes, but you're just muted and you don't realise.
Simon, can you hear me?
The answer is still no. He probably something just happened. Oh well. Right. Let's get this show started. So, I am here currently with my players: Sudz,
Hello.
Harlan,
Hello.
Amy,
No.
and Infernal.
Hello.
Simon is here, but Simon is not here. He'll be back in a minute. It's our Schrodinger's Simons that we're keeping at the moment. Usual announcements. Thank you to Zenosa for all the artwork that's gone through. Anything that we use during the session music-wise is either from Battle for Wesnoth, or it is from Tabletop Audio, both of which you can go and check out, respectively. Any maps like this were made in Dungeon Player Studio, and any maps like this were made on Incarnate.com. That is about all the announcements that I have to make, other than the Soaring Skies Leviathans campaign Part 2 will be happening this Tuesday. Hopefully will be the finale, but we will have to see. So, without further ado, I think now is a good time to begin the story. So, last session, our party of adventurers: Sovak, Queglod, Sasha, Malcom, Bern, Rook, and Feng headed back from their adventure into the Underdark, where they had been previously assigned a quest by the Forge Master. They headed into the underground, into the Underdark, to find whatever was down there from a previous sighting of a large crystal around the outside of a stone orb. Also, I'm getting a little bit of feedback from you, Harlan, as in I can hear myself.
How in the fuck are you doing that?
I don't know. Your sensitivity might be too low. As the party established their interest in this area, travelling in and fighting various statuary knights, the party overcame their challenge. Taking a rest, with Bern seemingly acquiring some strange new powers, they went through a series of visual puzzles. The first of which was fairly simple: a series of discs in the shape of eyes as the party looked through them to see exactly what they needed to see in this given instance. After completing their given quest and moving on, the party reached their next destination. A strange archway teleported them to an unknown plane of some sort. A mysterious white landscape in a crater formation almost, which seemed to be, from what they could tell, a draconic nest. With the party successfully making their way out after discovering the answer to the riddle, the party travelled on further into the dungeon. Darker still, they went down into a lava-encrusted room. The floor beneath them fairly unstable and lava-filled, as the party proceeded to move on, making their way through various methods, before eventually achieving their goal and entering into the final chamber. There, in that final chamber, they found riddles and various bits of information leading and pointing towards a central form, currently wrapped up in chains and mysterious ritualist paper. With the party seeing this and acting accordingly to their instincts, Rook taking the blade destined to defeat this foe and break the chains that bound him, the party attacked. As the chains were broken, the paper falling from his form, a winged humanoid revealed himself, revealing a set of large claws, beautiful clothing, and a very menacing look upon his face as the party attacked. Opening a small portal to hell and proceeding to release upon into the room demonic hounds, the party attacked and defended themselves as well. With a series of spells cast, some crucial counterspells being used in particular ways, as well as Rook successfully pinning his quarry to the wall, they did not but a scratch on the individual as he escaped, saying that he would meet them later, but he had more important things to take care of, as he plane shifted out of the current existence. The party, taking a moment to breathe, heard a crack and a rumble as they realized what was going on around them. The chamber collapsing, the party sprinted out, past the now refilling lava room, and out into the hallway and up to where the statuary knights once were. Successfully looking around and escaping the lava, they made their way towards the exit, which, shortly after their moving outside of it, began to rotate and seal off whatever was inside as the lava began to fill back up. In the outside world, and after using a teleportation circle, they returned to Crag Anvil, dwarven Duragar city which they had previously gone to, and where they spoke to the Forge Master. Heading into its halls once more, travelling along the roads of the disc, across the metallic bridge, they spoke to the Forge Master, seemingly interrupting his sleep, as they discovered it was 3 a.m. in the morning. After being released back out onto the street, the party now stands at the edge of the bridge, deciding their next move. So, Dawnseekers, what would you like to do?
Sleep.
Right there, in the street. That can be arranged.
Not again.
Right,
What do you
so,
mean not again?
what was it? Gorm, Gord? What is his name? I think it was Gord.
Hope you wrote it down.
Gord!
Sounds like you need to get better at taking notes, Sasha.
I do, I don't have my, I lost the thing for my Sasha notes, I only have my Beku notes.
Dogs. Something. I can't
Dorg.
remember the last word.
Smelt. That's
Maybe.
what you said
Yeah.
after the session, Chris, but I don't know if that was his actual name.
Dog smoke smelt near the platinum vein. That's all I've got.
Yeah. That's what I remember.
But you remember. Cool.
What would you like to do?
To
Go
the
the opposite
platinum
direction.
vein!
So, you know where you're going?
The platinum vein! No, we don't know the location. But yes, we know we're going to the platinum vein.
At 3
Whatever
o'clock in the
that
morning.
may be.
He's an alcoholic. The chances are he's going to be absolutely wasted.
That is true. Even better, he'll make bad decisions. Let's go.
Or
God, that
he'll
was a
tell you
long
to
minute.
sod
I'm
off.
so sorry.
Welcome back.
What was that? A minute on Venus?
Oh,
Maybe.
maybe. Sorry, I got roommate came to knock and need to catch up on some things. Ooh, yeah, sorry about that. Please do continue.
It's fine. Currently the party is shouting to the platinum vein, but don't know where they're going.
By the party, that's Sasha.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Sasha.
Okay, fine. I find a guard nearby.
Okay.
No.
Make me a perception check.
Hello there. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Come on,
Roll
down
all
we
night.
go.
Come on.
Let's see how badly this goes.
Okay.
It's above a 20, I know that much.
Looking around, you can see that there are several guards. A few of them are patrolling and moving through the street. Other than that, there aren't that many people on the street as it is. The area where you currently are is just completely barren. There are a few occasional drunks currently swaying their way home. The taverns seem to be shut up for the night. And a lot of it's just lights out at this current time. The only
Keep in mind we're like 4 a.m. right now.
The only light that is currently moving around is the guards carrying lanterns.
Yeah, Malcolm's gonna go find a tavern or something to sleep in through trying to find this person.
Okay, so just
Malcolm's
splitting off
tired
from the
and
party.
hurting. Malcolm is tired and hurting.
I think we should probably all go to a thing and then go find him tomorrow.
Yes.
Like, this time of night, he's either going to be absolutely unconscious on the floor from alcohol, or he's probably going to have gone to bed himself.
True. I believe it's best to save it for the morning.
So, my vote is with Malcolm. I think we should find somewhere to camp. Or, camp, not camp. Stay.
Though I do think it's going to be hard to find somewhere that'll let us in at this time.
So we have Sasha. She makes loads of noise.
Hello, Mr. Gardley Man.
Okay, you head over to the guard. The rest of your party is currently discussing sleep.
I know, I'm ignoring them. Hello. Sorry to bother you so late at night. I don't suppose you could direct me towards the Platinum Vein. We're kind of new to the city.
If you're looking for the Platinum Vein, you're currently on the Gold Vein. You'll need to head down a layer.
Right. Thank you very much. Also, am I right in thinking that the man who is most well known for the dragon hammers is Gord? No, sorry. What was it? Dorg?
Dog.
Dorg Smoke Smelt? Or am I getting that wrong?
Yeah, that's there you go.
Couldn't tell you. All I know is that they get military commissions. About all I know.
Yeah,
It isn't a widely known thing. If you've got a name, you should have written it down.
We did, but then it got wet, and you know how it is when it gets all wet and the ink runs.
God, Bern.
We should have made copies.
Should have. If you're looking for the Platinum Vein, you'll want to head down, though. But if you're traveling around there at this time of night, you're likely to be arrested. So, I wouldn't go
Oh,
there
good.
now.
We can let Sasha go.
Yes. Anywhere below the Gold Vein, which we're currently on, there you're likely to be arrested, as snoopers and interlopers around those areas are not welcome, as it is more of a value down there.
Fair enough. Right. Don't suppose there's any taverns nearby you could recommend then for the night?
Let's see. There aren't any that I'd know that are open at this current time, but if you're going to look for any, head up to the Silver Vein. He gestures up the large flight of stairs nearby. Head them, go up one layer and have a look around. There might be some. If not, you could try maybe begging on people's doors, or find a canopy to sleep under.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Here, I hand over 3 gold as a sort of tip.
Okay. He palms it, puts it in his pocket. Pleasure. Right. Be on your way. Don't cause any trouble.
I walk over to the group. Come on, we're going up a layer to the Silver Vein so that we can find a nice place to nap.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
Quite.
Okay. Heading up to the Silver Vein, you travel up the large flight of stairs, traveling onto the an area which you have been in before, where you previously sat and took one of your took an evening's rest in one of the taverns there. The same place where one of the individuals was assassinated right before you. As you travel up to the disc, where would you like to go?
Might as well go back to the same tavern.
Do you remember?
If it's open.
Do you remember which one it is?
Why, of course, it's the.
What
Can
was
I
that?
roll a
I'm
history
sorry, I
check?
didn't hear it.
Oh, it was the. Look, can I just make a history check, Chris, please?
No, because I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Fuck.
Do
It
you
was
have
the
a
one
name?
that had the dragon bartender. What?
I don't
Okay,
think
that-
it had a name.
Okay.
What dragon bartender? Huh?
Dragon
The
bartender
white-
might not
sorry.
narrow it down.
The white dragonborn waiter / bartender.
I just gotta find the one with the assassin in the rafters. That's the one I've got to find.
Oh, that's where they were.
I mean, Feng did tell you.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He turned around and he said, I spotted them, which is why I kept myself hidden. Okay.
Huh.
Okay, well, it narrows it down to 1, which is this one. Which... it's not that one. Wait a minute. I don't remember. Do you remember what the barkeep was?
The barkeep, I believe they were an elf.
An elf. That doesn't narrow it down that much. Could be that one.
You were very particular about the waiter being a white dragonborn.
Yes. No, I remember that. I'm just trying to find exactly where it is. It's around here
Do you
somewhere.
want to just read out a few names at us?
Oh, here we go. I got the right location. The Grey Tankard.
Hooray! The what?
Yep, that sounds about right.
The Grey Tankard.
Yeah.
Traveling up to the previous location, you can see that the doors are closed, and the lights are still dimly lit from the inside.
Knock.
Okay, you knock. Doesn't seem to be any immediate reply.
Harder.
Got any rooms open? Kind of, sort of yelling it out a little.
Make me a Constitution check.
Please.
Oh, I'm already excited for this.
This Constitution
That's too
check,
loud.
That's a nat one! Oh
in an
my
attempt
God.
to prevent waking up anybody, you shout, but it's more of a stage whisper.
Have any rooms open?
A few moments later, someone does come to the door. After hearing the knock, and the white dragonborn, currently in what looks to be a dressing gown, kind of wanders up with a lantern. You're looking for rooms, I take it. Knocking this late?
Yep. Hello again.
Alright, come in.
Thank you.
How many of you are there?
One.
Ah,
Remember the count thing?
Yep, including Sovak, you should have 7.
7.
where are all our pets staying, by the way?
I mean, my pets stay with me.
I guess I'll take mine with me then.
Fuck's sake, I want a pet. Oh my god. I'm
So-
going to war with you guys.
Go on the
All out
war.
revolt.
This isn't Stellaris, Jim. As you head inside, you're traveling in. You can see there are a few individuals passed out on the tables. Most of them have been cleaned of any spillages. As you head in, there's one individual who is currently on duty, a guard currently on one of the tables nearby, currently reading a book. As you travel in, he opens up a ledger, kind of looks through. Okay. Usually for 7 rooms, if you wanted separate rooms. Depends. Doesn't change the price in any way, but it would be 5 silver per usually. However, due to night intrusion, I do have to charge you 1 extra gold per. That does make it 15 gold, but for the lot of you. Oh no, it doesn't. No. Makes it 11.5 gold. If that's okay with all of you.
Yeah,
Remember that?
fine.
I hand it over.
You hand over 11 gold and 5 silver. Thank you.
Is there still anyone left in the party fund?
Hmm?
Is there still any left in the party fund?
There's 56 platinum, 4 gold, 5 silver, 25 copper.
So yes.
But I'm paying out of my pocket.
You hand over the gold. You get the keys. You each head to your room. Feng kind of tugs on the back of your garment, Bern. I just in case, as you know, I have a reputation here. It might be better if I sleep in the same room as you.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You can come.
Thank you.
Also the same bed, Bern.
No.
No.
After you get to your rooms, you rest up for the night. You'll proceed to have a faint night's sleep. After the events that have transpired, it's interesting, but it's been a day. As each of you comes back to consciousness, you can hear the sounds of hustle and bustle out in the streets, people talking, shouting. It's full swing out on the streets at this current time, as individuals are out and about. The sound of the forge is loud and proud, as individuals are working below. The echoes of the various bits of machinery echo up through the halls of the area and into the area around you. So, you've all come to consciousness. What would you like to do?
Right. Let's go down.
Well, to the platinum layer. For
Food.
real this
Should
time.
probably get some food first.
Food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Getting breakfast for the lot of you. I'll say that's 5 silver.
Of course.
It will include drinks plus food.
Okay.
As you grab your food, each of you being served various different meats, eggs, bread, all manner of bits and pieces and other root vegetables as well, as you gather yourselves and you head out into the open air. You can see the street is bustling with various dwarves and drow currently walking about, talking and shouting to one another. You can see the district below. There are all manner of individuals shouting, trying to sell you various things, as you are now back into the familiar and very busy dwarven town or city of Kragan. Travelling down the stairs, you make your way towards the Platinum Vein. You travel past various individuals, other Duragar, some individuals trying to sell you things, shouting out to your group as you are particularly strange. Quite a lot of people do pay mind to you, as you are a peculiar bunch travelling through. Rook standing much larger than the rest of the crowd here. And with your very mixed company, it does attract quite a lot of attention. As you reach what you believe to be the Platinum District, you can see the area around you is currently littered with various shops and a not as busy street, but still fairly busy, of what looks to be quite a lot of different shops mingling in this area. You can see open front craftsmen. You can see what looks to be various guilds in the area, as well as what looks to be quite a heavy, more guard presence here. So,
Right.
Do you actually know where he is?
No idea.
No.
But I believe the person did ask
I would
anyway.
imagine in the smithing area.
They
Or
said
other
that
engineering.
I said, where, Malcolm?
they said to ask any of the civilians, and they'd be able to tell us where they are.
Ah, of course.
Very well. To a civilian then.
okay, just gonna grab the next random person.
No, I was thinking shopkeep.
Oh, okay. So you're heading into one of the nearby shops?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You would be heading into Platinum District. Go ahead and roll me a d20. This will be whoever's leading it, so Sasha, I
I
think.
guess Sasha.
Yeah.
Took a while, that's why.
I'm sorry, I was eating.
Stop.
Did you eat at the
Breakfast.
tavern?
Okay.
I made myself a sandwich. I thought it'd be easier to eat it on the move.
Shut up.
No,
So-
you shut up.
As you head into this shop, you can see it seems to be same kind of stone structure as the rest of this. Very fine cut stone, quite an immaculate design on the outside. More elvish in nature. As you move in, you can see what looks to be a fairly well-made interior. And the bit above the archway to this particular location is called the Mosaics. As you head inside, you can see what looks to be various individuals currently working on a back front with what seems to be a glass screen and barrier. You can see various individuals using what looks to be a large metal tube with a glowing orange ball on the end as they are spinning it with a set of tongs. I'd like each of you to roll me an intelligence check to understand what's going on here.
12.
Plus.
15.
Oh shit.
15?
18.
18.
21.
21. Okay.
Intelligence is. Where am I even looking here? What's going
Malcom,
on?
what did you get?
Sorry, I was talking to somebody. What am I rolling?
Intelligence.
Oh, okay, right. 10.
10? Okay.
Uh,
That was 16 for you.
16, yeah.
Okay, who here doesn't have a proficiency in an artisan's tool? I think you all do.
I
So we've got
don't-
blacksmith, enchanter, another blacksmith, and a cook.
Yeah.
So you all have a
Sovak.
proficiency in artisan tools. Sovak was the only one who doesn't seem to realize. You can see this individual is a glassblower. As they seem to be working on some form of orb-shaped decoration. Looking around the area, you can see what looks to be beautiful paperweight ornaments, intricate dragons and birds made of glass with various colorations in it. You can see the individual is currently making some kind of spherical object, and you can see one other individual, both of whom, by the way, are drow, where they have their hair pulled back and tied in a very thick braid going down the back of their head. As one of them, a female drow, is currently working on one piece, and a male drow is currently working on the piece you see before. As you enter, he looks over and he says something in Elvish to the rest. Do any of you understand Elvish?
I imagine
Nope,
Sovak
Sylvan.
does.
Yeah, I can imagine Sovak.
I don't know if Sylvan contains Elvish, but
No, that's that would help with written, but not spoken.
Languages. No.
Okay. You hear him say something in Elvish as he speaks out to the other individual, who puts down what she seems to be working on, as she seems to just be doing a little bit of intricacies. Lets it cool, placing it down, and goes over to the other bit that he was working on and continues spinning it and doing the various detailing to it. As he walks over, the drow kind of pats himself down of any various bits of soot, pulls off his thick leather gloves. So, strange individuals, why have you come here? Are you looking for anything to buy, or are you simply here browsing?
I'll be honest. Before we saw that masterful display, that I just think it's really impressive. We were looking for directions more than anything. But if you happen to have any glass, perfect glass spheres, I would be quite interested.
Like marbles, you mean?
A bit larger.
Anything larger than a marble, more like a stopper? In a way? Or are you after perfectly spherical?
Perfectly spherical would be preferable.
Perfectly spherical we haven't got. We've got marbles, we've got a few small glass beads and paperweights, but we don't do anything that would be any larger than that.
In that case, I don't suppose you have any fairly intricate decanters or bottles.
Yes, we do plenty of those. What kind of style would you be looking for? Would you be looking for more elvish, draconic, dwarvish, maybe ritualistic, or even paganistic, depending on your style?
Let's go with something with a more draconic tilt to it, but perhaps but if there's any mix between a dwarven and a draconic design, that might be most preferable in my case.
I have a few things. He goes over to what looks to be a small, what looks to be a series of thick sheets of paper. They have a series of various different colorations to the bit of paper itself. Probably has something spilt on it at some point. As he turns the pages on it, he takes one of the pages and unclips the ring binding, pulls it out, and passes it to you. This particular piece is something that you might be interested in. It was crafted by us here. It was originally a commission, but the individual ended up turning it down after he said that there were some imperfections to the design he was after. We didn't give him, or he didn't ask for any compensation. He just said sorry to waste our time. So, if you're up for buying it, you're welcome to do so. Looking at the image, you can see what looks to be a of the decanter itself, where it is more of a drawing rather than a direct representation. You can see it seems to be a crystalline design of varying diamonds and hexes going round the inside this decanter in more of a spiraling form of various tendrils going down the glass base, but reaching up to the top as it begins to structure itself into more of a tower structure. You can see curled over the top seems to be a wyvern of various sorts, and the stopper seems to be the bottom jaw for this, acting kind of similar to a jug, where you would hold the back of its head and you would lift it up where it's attached to the back of the decanter. It is currently priced at 210 gold pieces. This
Very
kind of
tempting.
thing is... It's rather well made, and it is very expensive, but it could serve your needs, should you need it to do so. We are up for negotiation on bartering, but typically we would require raw materials or rare materials rather than something we could use for our craft.
So you'd be fine if I were to say bring out some pearls or
I'm looking
diamonds
for
or something.
more diamonds we could work with. Pearls, not so much. Gems don't melt and work too well. We're looking for more rare dyes, various minerals that can work in this manner. Pieces of quartz or azurite, for example, work well. There are a particular few pieces that can work well for this.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Chris, have you looked up what things work well in glassblowing, or do I have to do that now?
I mean, that's up to you. If you want to. Are you just looking up what you have in terms of the gems that you have?
Yeah, I'm looking up with like historical dyes. Because I imagine jet would make a really good one.
Yeah, I mean, what it typically in glassblowing they use various colors of sand, but they also imbue like small bits of different chemicals into it to have it become a particular coloration. The nature of it is, I must admit, I haven't done my entire research on this, but they use various different minerals and dyes just to change the coloration of it.
Yeah, I've. Okay, this is gonna take a lot of like effort to look through. Question. Do you think you could get that prepped for me, and then whilst I go and sell some of my my gems, since I don't think any of them will be, useful to you in particular.
Well, that's up to you. Okay, looking at it here, gems seem to be the most common way of acquiring the various colors. But most of it seems to be chemical. Oh, I know, gems are commonly made from the glass used in this way. So yeah, you would need chemical elements rather than gemstones. Very specific gemstones that use particular chemical elements such as azurite or quartz might fall under this degree, but the rest of it would not.
Wait a second, let me check something quickly.
It's metals that are used to impart color onto the glass.
Right. If I remember, am I correct in thinking that sulfur is one of the one of the
Yes.
color inputs you use?
Yes, it
Bring out
is.
this giant foot cube of brimstone, which is sulfur. How much would you like? Clink, clink, bang. Clink, clink.
Now,
clink,
if I remember
clink.
correctly, brimstone is a mix of various things. Sulfur is one of them, so this is an impure version of sulfur.
Well, brimstone is an alternative name for sulfur.
Oh, okay.
Like it's. I mean, yes, it's not likely to be completely pure because it was mined, but it would be no different than say I've got an unworked in terms of I've got an unworked lump of sulfur here.
Okay. That might have been a slip on my end then, because I thought brimstone was just molten, well, not molten, volcanic rock that's just solidified into a black and red form.
Yeah. In the Bible, sulfur is called brimstone, and that's where.
Oh, I know
it's
that.
Oh.
called brimstone.
I just meant more of a like around volcanoes you get the black and red. I guess that's just ash then. Okay.
For the most part.
Either way, so you've got unrefined sulfur here. That could certainly go well. I could probably say this amount of sulfur, seeing as we only use small amounts for the coloration, it would certainly be a lot of yellow amber color, but that's only one color. We can't really deviate from there. We can mix in other things, and don't get me wrong, a good supply like this would last us probably the better part of a year, but that amount all in one probably isn't going to be much of use to us.
Well, if you can think of it, well, I've got a few other things here. If you,
I'm not
I
saying
don't
we
know,
won't
but I
take
don't know.
it, just the large chunk of it might be a bit difficult, and the smaller chunk would probably only cost maybe shave about 20 gold off, or maybe a quarter of that.
Right. Well, then I mean, let's just run through what I've got on me. I don't suppose amber is of any use to you.
Typically gems aren't as useful. The ones that I know of are ones that typically have a green or a bluish tint to them.
I mean, I've got some chrysoberyl that's got a light green tint. From beryllium?
No. That one? You're looking for things like gold, cobalt, nickel, sulfur, bromic oxide, uranium, iron, carbon, copper, tin, lead. So things you wouldn't find in gemstones typically.
Right. Bugger.
Uranium.
Yeah, uranium
Actually,
has a
we
name
do
in
know
my
where
D&D.
uranium is from, don't we?
Yeah,
we
you
found
do.
that radiation bit.
Yeah, and I mean it's got an artificial name in my D&D, but yeah.
Actually, we do know where there's some. Yeah.
Oh, an explosive axe.
Right. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going. Okay. This lump here. Do what you want with it. I will be back shortly after selling some of my stock of gemstones.
That is fine. I'm just letting you know that we are up for trade if you had any more glasswares that might want to be sold. Gemstones, as I said, aren't necessarily working too well. You'd have met a better time with a blacksmith or even a jeweler's with those.
Yeah. I'm planning ahead to the jewelers. I mean, I suppose all I've got that's glassware is this drift globe. Whoa! Yeah, it's not really anything special.
It's a magical item. For that, you want to head down to Dane's.
Oh.
Dane's the head arcanist down here in the Platinum.
Oh, I don't suppose you know who's like the head of weapon design down here.
Not really. No, that's not something that is particularly within my reach.
Ah, yeah. We're supposed to meet up with was it Gord? Dorg? Dorg
Smoke Smelter.
Name.
Dorg Smoke
Smelter. That's the one. Thank you.
If you're looking for him, you'll need to head about 2 minutes around the Platinum Ring. You want to head further to the northeastern direction, along underneath the main Forge Master's office, heading under there, passing through there. You'll find the smoke smelters further down there. He likes to keep himself isolated. If you get questions by guards, it's typically just because nobody typically goes down that far.
Right. Well, in that case, thank you for that. I'll leave this large cube of brimstone here as sort of a collateral, and I'll be back with actual money in a bit later. If you want, I mean, I don't particularly mind if you want to shave off a few corners, even if I don't end up using it for in terms of bartering, because, well, it's right there, and frankly, I'm carrying it around all the time anyway. I doubt I'm going to use this much.
I'm gonna lean over to Sasha. You do know brimstone is an ingredient for my ether fire.
It's 25 pounds. I don't think you'll miss some.
That's fine.
Like,
I mean,
this thing's heavier than Queglod.
Every time that you use an ether forge, it uses up about 1/4 pound. So you've got plenty of uses in there.
This is 100 uses right here. Like, come on, you can afford to let them have a little bit just of free stuff.
Oh, I thought you were giving them the entire thing.
No, this is collateral for the moment. I'm saying this in character to Bern. You know, so they know I'm going to come back and buy the glassware. I don't want them to get stiffed on a piece of work again.
That's fine. Do you have any more durable vials or any larger containers?
Yes, of course. If you're looking for general glassware like vials, decanters, as we mentioned. If it's ornate you're looking for, then that's fine. If you're looking for reinforced, then you'll probably want to head down to the mixed store.
The what?
The mixer's store. She who runs that, typically she is the central hub for all of our stores that work together. We supply vials, she reinforces them with various metallic filigree and decoration from the blacksmiths. It's a collaboration. Anything that we sell to her typically gets sold to the public and we get various shares. Typically that's where people head first of all.
I see. Okay. That's fine. And where is that?
It's just a few doors down on your left.
Okay. Thank you. Shall we head then?
I would like to buy something.
We're going to be coming back later, but feel free to go. What are you interested in? Like,
I also want a decanter.
we'll go buy a decanter.
What kind of thing would you be looking for?
More of a draconic, like.
Okay. Just any kind of design you're looking for, or just draconic?
Any kind work. Just draconic.
Okay. Are you looking for a particular use for it? Would it be ornate? Would it be usual? Or are you looking for anything pricey?
A little ornate.
Okay. He takes the page back from Sasha, places it back in, closes up the binder, flicks through a few more pages before unpins it and hands it to you. This is something more heavily draconic. The nature of this one was created, again, by us here, based on a design of ancient religious recreation. The original one was sent to the Forge Master's office, and we have since made a few copies for those who are willing to buy them. The price range for it is about 400 or so gold. Looking at the page, you can see what looks to be a similar kind of decanter base, a heavier base to it, and a thin neck. But you see, as it spirals up into various bits of flame. The glass itself, where it's been coloured here, has been marked with the various colours as it seems to go from a deep red to a brighter orange to a yellow and then to a white. The stopper itself is a upward-facing dragon head wreathed in flame, which you twist and pull out for the decanter. It is a straight-held decanter with no handle. It is one that you simply just hold with your hand and use for this. The size, notably, is a little bit larger than the decanter that Sasha would be getting, both upwards and widthwards.
That was 400?
Yes, it's got a lot more of an intricate design to it. The make of it seems that a lot more work has gone into the detail, whereas the one that Sasha is getting is mostly white crystal with a little bit of red attached thrown in.
Okay, I hand over 40 platinum.
Thank you. Would you like that gift wrapped? That's just an extra gold.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll be back in just a moment. He takes the 40 platinum, puts it in what seems to be a lockbox or safe before he proceeds to head out back and is gone for a couple of minutes. During this time, are you guys all sticking around for this, or are you temporarily parting ways?
That's fine, we'll come back.
I mean, I don't suppose we're in a massive hurry.
Yeah,
We just want to get back home today, don't we? So I think we've got time.
Okay. A few moments later, he comes back carrying what looks to be a kind of a longer wooden box with kind of a light wrapping around the outside of it. He undoes the bits of string and he pulls off the lid, and you can see inside what seems to be a softer cushioned layer of basic fabric, along with what looks to be bits of paper wrapped around the decanter itself, before he places the lid on it and ties it shut with the bit of string, or with the bits of string, I should say, before he hands it to you. Thank you very much. Was there anything else you were after? And if you were planning on just coming back, it's fine. Don't worry if you don't want to leave the brimstone here, that's fine. It would be better for us anyway, as sulfur isn't necessarily going to be that very well heat resisted down here.
Yeah, all right. And pop it back into my pack, carrying this 25-pound lump of brimstone around.
Oh, it's about a foot in all dimensions. The only reason I said 25 is because I had no idea how much it should weigh.
Let's look up how much does brimstone weigh. How much does sulfur weigh?
1 foot cube of sulfur. Weight. A weight of 1 cubic centimeter of solid sulfur. Okay. Do I get to know what it is in pounds so that I can then convert that? No, I don't want cubic centimeters. I want cubic feet. Calculate. It weighs in not pounds. Thank you.
Okay,
Tell me how many
Apparently
US
it's-
teaspoons
Apparently
it
it's
is.
129 pounds.
129 pounds. Okay. So
That might be pure sulfur, though.
That would be pure sulfur. So it being impure means that it's roughly a 1-to-5 ratio, which I'm okay with because that fits. Because it's impure sulfur.
All right. Should I push it up to 30 pounds then, since it's a 1-to-5 and it's 129?
No, 1 to. Nah, just leave it as is. Saves it.
Okay.
Yeah, we know how much is there now. So.
Cool, back in.
Yeah, that's fine. So, as you proceed, moving on, what is your next destination?
Assume the mixer store is closer.
The mixer's store is on the way, yeah. It's just a couple doors down.
I'll go grab something.
Okay. Heading inside, looking in, you can see what looks to be a much larger building this time. Mostly made from wrought dwarven metal around the outside, giving it reinforcements. The door itself is also metallic. You can hear on the inside various individuals working. It sounds to be quite a bit more footfall and people in here, as you see around the various the areas. There are a couple of individuals around, but one main individual is currently serving, and there's a queue of about 3 to 4 people. She's serving them fairly quickly, and another individual does come over to help with a few of the customers before they leave with boxes of things. The room itself seems to be a mild horseshoe shape for what you lot can enter into. The main area you have access to is there is a flat front to this store. You have entered in on the right side, and there is a large, almost stage in the middle where you can see various individuals working and propping up various wares and that kind of thing. You can see, as it curves around, a large countertop with individuals putting various things on display, on shelves, and various individuals currently just browsing. You can see at the head of this horseshoe is the main person who seems to own the store, the one who is currently standing behind the desk and serving individuals. And as it curves further around, you can see more displays of various wares. You can see glassware, fabrics, you can see metallic working, you can see bottles containing liquids, you can see a couple, just from a cursory glance, a couple magical items in here. So not too many. And they seem to be ones which more ones that you'd recognize just off of the cuff. One of them seems to be a drift globe. And the other one you don't seem to recognize. It seems to be some kind of almost a mild pendant with a reddish diamond at the bottom of it, with a hole through the center of the the red glass. You can see there are various individuals in the back currently moving about carrying objects. It's very much like an Argos for us British folk who know what that is. So,
Yes, I'll line up on the main guy thing.
Okay. Going into the main queue, takes you a couple of minutes before you see before you a kind of shorter, elderly Duragar. She's currently there wearing a basic apron and clothing. Her hair has been tied into two almost standing, impossibly upright, kind of mild plaits almost, but it seems to be so dense that it just sticks up. And the beard itself also seems to be plaited in a various way that it just sticks outwards and downwards in a very vigorous manner, making her look mildly crazy. Flo, you're looking for something there.
Yes. I'm looking for...
What?
1 second.
He's been interrupted by another customer. Right, who wants to roll for initiative to fight the customer out of the queue?
I will.
I will.
I'll give you something today.
No, it's fine. Bern's back. As you wrestle the customer out of the queue, being told to get back in line. Bern.
Yes, hello. Hi. I would like to... I was told you had some reinforced glassware.
Yes, are you looking for more... How shall I say? Vials, or...
Yes.
Just general bits?
Vials.
Vials, okay. How many are you looking for?
How much do they go for?
Are you looking for ornate ones, or are you looking for cheap?
Well... practical.
Practical. A case of 20 vials probably would take about 35 gold.
Oh. Can I see one of them?
Of course. She gestures back as an individual, kind of carrying one of the cases, brings it over, places it down. You hear the mild clinking from inside as he pulls out what looks to be relatively thin, almost mildly diamond-shaped with 2 points on either side. This beautiful glass and crystal vial, which seems to have metal caps at both ends, along with a mild metallic filigree that runs on the insides of the glass grooves that have been made.
I expected. It's a lot better than the ones I have, isn't it?
Yes, currently.
Okay.
Yeah, the ones you have are basic, simple glass test tubes.
Yeah.
These ones are more... In terms of innateness, these things look a lot better. In terms of practicality, they also look like they're better because they would be able to hold more and they're easier to store within the case itself.
Perfect. I'll take a pack of 20 then.
Okay, that is 35 gold pieces.
That is fine. I did see you had some already filled over their potions.
Oh, those aren't potions. They're drinks.
Oh,
If you're after wines or any form of special brewery, we have a few bits here. Some of them aren't freshly brewed, but most of them will stand.
our dwarf friend might be interested in that.
Your dwarf,
Hello.
dwarf friend is here. Okay.
Good to know.
Does it like pop up from behind Bern, like
Sure.
waving?
Alright, so that
Go
would be
quickly
3.5 platinum. Alright, that's 3 platinum and
3 platinum and 5
5
gold.
oh, that's perfect.
Yes, if you're after any of the drinks, the ones here are more put in special bottles so that they can be more well presented. But if you're after the more well crafted ones, there is a brewery not far down the road.
I did see there was what was it? The glow?
The drift.
Drift glow. Yeah. What's the other thing next to it?
Oh, the pendant.
Yes.
She goes over, grabs the pendant and brings it to you. The faint magical aura from it is... It's not powerful. It seems to have a fairly standard function, from what you can tell. This is it's a simple pendant of restoration. While you are taking a rest of any kind, you feel a little bit more, how shall I say, up to it. What this does is it allows you to spend 1 hit die for free on a short rest. Once per day.
Yeah.
It is non-attunement as well.
How much does it go for?
This one in particular would probably run you about... let's see. Craftsmanship is good, appearance is nice. Probably about 600 gold.
600 or 100? I didn't hear.
600.
Oh. That's a bit too high for me, sorry.
That's perfectly alright.
Alright. Well, the files were great. I think I'll take my leave now. Thank you for doing business.
Okay. You leave. What is your next destination?
Well, I'd like to go sell my gems.
Where would you like to do that?
There must be a jewelry section.
Roll me a survival check. Or perception,
Oh.
whichever you prefer. Always hungry, Sasha.
Look, as well as my sandwich from earlier, I got myself a nice cup of soup and some rolls.
Oh my god.
Aww.
Okay. Looking around, there are various places around here that do glassware. However, it's more of a there aren't as many jewelers around here. With it being mostly a dwarvish town and being partially elven, there doesn't seem to be as much of a jeweler's presence in this particular area, or from what you can tell. There might be some nearby, as you did see jewellery in the mixers, so it's possible they're there, but...
I'm going to go inside and ask the nice lady.
Okay, you get back in queue, about 10 minutes later, because you took a while buying. Did you need something else?
Hello. Yes, terribly sorry to bother you. I don't suppose you know where there might be somewhere I could sell gemstones.
Selling, you'd probably need to head to the... I'm not sure exactly who it is, because we don't work with them that often. I'll get... She turns around and immediately shouts out to one of the individuals in Dwarvish. You hear her shout the word Finnegas before you watch as a rather stumpy Duragar kind of jogs up as she explains to him what the issue is, and he kind of goes up to the countertop, pulls you to one side. and just leans over and goes, "So, you're looking for a jewelers? Did you say?"
Anywhere that would accept that would trade gems for gold. But yes, the jewelers would probably be the best option.
If you're after just general traders, then the only place I could really recommend would maybe be one of the stores on the gold layer, on the gold vein. There are some stores around there which might do it, but it's a bit of a dodgy ball. Not many of them will work with that. There are some in the purse cutters. They might sell something. They might be able to buy some things off you if you're looking for that. But if you're looking for anywhere, head to Mongo's place. He's a bit of a weird one, Mongo. So be careful what you say around him. He runs a small jeweler's not too far from here. It's further near the end, past most of the dwarven crafters. You need to go under the offices and head almost right to the end. Fairly isolated. There are a few other stores down there. It's fairly well guarded down that end, so be careful who you talk to. But yeah, Mongus lives down there. In terms of the store name, I don't think he has one. I think his sign got torn down at some point.
Right.
I'd head to him.
Right. Thank you very much for all your help.
You're welcome. He walks away, leaving you to it.
Right. I go back to the party. All right, off we go.
Okay. As you make your way down the footpath, I assume has anybody got any other stops on the way?
No.
I don't.
Simon?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
There's really much shopping you need to do.
Okay. Making your way down along the Platinum Vein, you travel past quite a lot of the stores. The hustle and bustle begins to quiet and part as you enter into a more abandoned area. Not necessarily just abandoned of the city, but it seems to be the area around here is a lot more refined to a particular store. As you pass through, you can see there's a lot more of a heavier guard presence here, and as you begin to approach what you believe to be one of the stores where Dog Smoke Smelter would be, two of the guards kind of walk up and go, "Excuse me, what are you doing in these parts of town?"
Well, I'm looking to sell some things, and also I'm looking for Dorg Smoke Smelter.
If you're looking for Dorg, he won't speak to you unless he's gotten word of you from the Forge Master, for a start. On the other side of things, if you're looking for him, he's further down that way. Points to the stores on the right.
How often does he receive word from the Forge Master if the Forge Master has said he's going to give stuff? Like, how soon after the Forge Master has said would he get the thing? Because, like, the Forge Master should have sent word, but I don't know if he has.
If it's immediate, then he'll probably have sent it straight away, or at the first possible time when he'd be awake.
Right. Okay. So should be.
If it's not urgent, then probably within the next week.
He knew it was urgent, so that'll work. In that case, and about the selling things, are these guards, by the way?
These are guards, yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking for somewhere to sell gems, and I was told that down this way that there were some places too.
Anyone in particular you're looking for, or
someone by the name of Mungo?
Mungo. Yes. Keep heading down. You're looking for one of the more derelict stores. Windows smashed, sign removed.
Yes, I'd heard it was quite an interesting looking place.
That's true. He sells good wares, though. He's a good individual. Just had a bullying in his time from other individuals who have been interested in him.
Oh, well.
But be careful when you go in there. I'll tell you this much: if you make friends with him, you're going to be in the deep shits with the deep Blades. They're not fond of him that much after he supposedly ripped them off.
That's fine.
Those are the ones that are murderers, right?
They're assassins, and they target particular individuals that wrong.
Good to know. So strictly business is probably the best.
Probably, yeah. But either way, be careful and watch your step if you're heading down that far. That's why we're here.
Righto. Thank you very much for all your help.
Don't cause any trouble. We know your faces. And they carry on. So, where are you headed first?
No, it's a Minotaur.
Mongo! Because I need to sell my things before I try and buy something.
Okay. Rest of you going with, or are you splitting off at all?
No, go with. Got nothing else to do.
Yeah, go with, I think.
Okay. Heading down the way, travelling past a lot of other stores, you make your way towards what looks to be a slight indent in the cavern wall here. Rather than the rest of the buildings, which are a cut stone in a particular shape to fit a particular mould of a building being built out of the wall, this one in turn has been built into the wall. You can see that the shop front is what looks to be barren rock with a cutout of where a window would be. You can see shattered bits of glass on the shop front below where the windows would have been, along with large planks that have been put over the top and basically welded into the wall. You can see there is a deeper kind of archway leading into what looks to be a ruined door, which is partially ajar, with what looks to be a white piece of paper nailed to the front of it.
Right, this looks lovely. Shall we? Anyone else want to go first, or no?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go. Just
Go
charging
first
through
to
the
where?
door.
Oh shit, now I look bad. Okay, Sasha follows.
Okay. You see, as you get closer, seeing the bit of paper, you can see what looks to be a drawing of some kind on the front of it, a various symbol. You can see what looks to be a downward-facing dagger with a spiraling cord of almost a serpent with two large wings wrapped over the top of it, and what looks to be various bits of kind of slight dropping or dripping coming from the surface of it where the ink doesn't seem to have properly dried before it's been put here. You
Subtle.
recognize this as the symbol of
Subtle.
the deep wine blades.
Just stupid deep wine blades leaving their mess all over the place.
They don't even know how to let the ink dry before they put it up. Ugh. God. Right. Knock, knock, knock. Donk, donk, donk.
Okay. As you go to knock on the door just swings open. You watch as one of the hinges as it falls off its hinge and falls against the back wall.
I can fix that. I
Okay.
walk in.
You say that as you walk in. You hear a
Hello.
from further in. Looking inside and taking an immediate look, you can see a stone floor covered in bits of dust. Recent footprints have left their mark going around the various shop front here. You can see all manner of shelves in here with crystals that are currently strapped down to the shelving units here. You can see what looks to be a large blood splatter over the right wall as you enter in, and a small hole in the back of the wall. As you enter in, there's the very faint smell of rot and decay.
Hello. I heard there's a Mongo here. I heard you buy and sell things.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh ho ho! That's use your excellent persuasion skill, Sasha. It's a 9 plus 4. 13.
13.
He shoots you in the face.
That's a natural 20 on the to hit roll.
Yay!
As...
me.
He'll shoot you in the face.
I'm so sorry, Sasha.
You are dead.
How bad is it? I take 20 d6.
Turns out he's a level 20 rogue, benefiting from unseen attack.
You take
Yes.
57 points of piercing damage. As
Oh.
from the below of the counter, you watch as the pointed where you currently are, you watch as two flaps come open, and a large ballista impales through you and hits you against the back wall where that hole was. And you can see there's this large metal cord attached to it. As you can see just about from behind the countertop, a Duragar currently has it held, sporadic white hair all over the place, a single eye missing, and currently will look to be red bandages covering it. You can see fanatic eyes as he stares at you as the shot goes straight through your armor and into you, as you're now restrained against the back wall. As the rest of you see this.
Hey, Sasha, something hit you.
Yeah, I noticed.
I'm
If this is how you treat your customers, I am very disappointed.
Yeah. I'm gonna go over and grab the Duragard. Hold on, I'm like, what the hell's your problem?
Okay.
Like, just want to buy or sell something.
I want to.
Okay.
What's happened?
Sasha's
Okay.
just pulling this thing
Where
out.
currently he's behind the countertop and he's currently just manning it as he takes a few steps back as you kind of as you've made your way in. How are you getting to him?
Well, if he's behind the countertop, I either reach over the countertop or step over the countertop.
Okay.
Because he is very big.
You go over to the countertop, you leap over. As you look down, make me a dexterity saving throw, as there are bear traps lining the back.
Oh look, bear traps! I can restock my bear trap supply. What was it? Dexterity saving.
Dexterity saving throw. Okay, that is a fail.
That's 10.
As you take max damage, come on, you take 12 points of piercing damage, reduced by 3
I
because
take
it's
57 and
non-magical.
he takes 12.
I had a magical ballista at you. There's not much to say. Addy crit. So that was 8
Just to
12.
let you know, this bear trap here, this irritates me. This
Yeah.
makes me angry.
As it grasps around
Very
your
angry.
leg, he takes a step back and he draws a dagger and goes, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
We just
We
want
are
to sell
trying
some
to be
gems.
your customers, but you are making it very difficult.
I don't have any customers.
You do
Well,
now.
You do now. Would you like to buy some gems?
Give me a persuasion check. And no, you don't get advantage because you're impaled.
I'm sorry, I don't think anything anyone impaled says is going to be false. Could someone else take over the persuasion checks, please?
No.
Yeah,
what's
I'm
persuade?
gonna right in his bloody face with this damn bear trap.
Persuade.
We just want to buy or sell.
We
Oh my
just
God.
want to buy and sell some things.
And
For
yet you
fuck's
jump
sake.
the counter and you push my door open.
Because
shot my
shot
friend.
us.
Okay, the door was an accident. You only
And
jumped
I did
over the
say I could
counter
fix
because
it.
you shot our friend with a ballista. We're just looking to sell you some cool.
They're precautions. Can you not see the symbol on the door?
We
Yes.
can.
Yes, the
It's just
deep
a bunch of
wormblades.
idiots.
What's the big issue? They're useless.
Wait, you're calling the deep wire?
No, I'm
blades
not going
useless?
to actually say that.
You
That's
said
more
it.
Harlan
I'm
saying.
just getting a context here. So you're saying the deep
I
wire blades are
did.
useless?
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
got
do you really
Okay.
think that they're all cloak and daggers and shitty knives and shit? Do you really think I look like a fucking deep blade?
Yes. You're a
I'm wearing
dwarf coming
bright
into my
red
home wearing armor. Of course you're a deep iron blade. Most
It's
dwarves don't
deep.
wear armor when they come in here, unless they've got a crown guard symbol thing.
I'm an adventurer.
I don't care what you are.
Also, I literally saved someone's life from the deep blades like 3 days ago.
Good for you. I don't leave my home.
How many Minotaur
Look.
deep wine blades have you met?
That is a fair point, but you jumped my countertop into a bear trap.
You shot my friend.
Because
Now,
he's
are
a
you
dwarf.
going to trade with us?
Fine.
That moment you're in a door
Look, I am impaled on a fucking ballista right now. Can we take the bear trap off of my friend's foot, have him go back over the counter away from you, and from a distance, can we do business?
Persuasion check.
Can I please get advantage because I am impaled?
No.
Can I assist?
How did you assist in that situation other than laughing at the when you're in a
Did
war
I
of instances?
assist?
I'd say Rook is the only one who can assist, but unfortunately he jumped the countertop, so unfortunately there's not going to be an easy way to do so.
There, 16.
He looks at you and kind of slowly squints. He looks at you, Rook.
What?
The way to undo the bear trap is just hold it open and then you pull your foot out.
To be honest, I could have broke this. I didn't, out of respect.
If you get back over
Please.
the countertop, we can do business.
It's fine. Right, I'm gonna do that. Back over the counter.
Go back
Right.
over the counter.
Do you mind if I remove this ballista bolt that is through my chest?
No, you can keep that.
No.
Stay there.
He goes over to behind the
Fine.
counter. You hear a crang as you watch as the chain becomes taut and it begins to pull itself out of the wall and out of you. As it pulls
Thank
itself
you.
free.
You might want to
there's a-
fix up that wound.
There's a massive
fine.
hole currently running through the top of your clavicle and through your shoulder.
Slap some healing magic in there.
Okay, it also is going through your armor, so you're going to need to repair that.
Okay. I would like to make the argument that this is dragon scale armor. It is likely that it bent out of the way, not actually punctured it.
I
Once
mean,
it
it
punctured
wouldn't
it.
have.
It's a natural 20. It punctured your armor.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been
Fucking
able to
hell.
go through the wall if it didn't
Yeah,
puncture
it
you.
punctured your armor. You're going to have to repair that.
I mean, you
Fuck.
still got some dragon scales. You can easily.
I do.
Mm.
6 pounds of it. Right?
Yeah,
No,
and if
12
I'm correct,
pounds.
you don't
And-
have enchanted armor, so you can cast mending on it over the course of a couple of days to repair it.
Nice.
But you're going
I
to
will do that then.
You're going to need to spend days doing that, and this is
I can
Fine.
assist in that.
this
too.
is 8 hours a day casting mending. So
That is fine.
I can help out
Right.
if I don't have anything more important to do.
I can also
I'll
help,
just speed it up.
help out.
okay, to help speed it up. Either way,
Yeah.
he's currently there.
Yeah,
he
we can
he
sort
stands up from behind the counter. You currently see he has a short sword drawn. As Feng moves into the room, as Feng looks at him and he looks at Feng. Wait a minute, you're. Feng kind of stops, freezes for a moment, kind of looks at the rest of you. Don't I know you? Don't think so. You're the one being hunted, correct? Yeah. Okay, I trust him. If you want to do business, do it through him.
What?
Feng.
See, this is why we need to send Fang in first for every diplomatic
No,
situation.
don't. It's not good.
Okay, Feng, get over here.
Wanders over to the countertop. The individual kind of
Right.
goes in close.
By the way, I'm starting to chant prayer. After this is done, I'm starting to chant prayer of healing. I just slap a cure wounds into myself to seal the wound.
Okay. Slap a cure wounds into himself. He immediately jolts as you cast a spell, kind of raising his blade up. And stopping for a
Okay,
moment
I'm
by his
sorry. I
blade.
don't want to bleed out. Can we calm your tits for a second?
I don't have any
Right.
tits.
You have nipples, don't you?
Don't care. And probably
Yeah.
not.
Not the conversation I want to be standing involved in.
Look, okay, it's an ancient dwarven greeting. Anyway, Feng, I would like you to ask this gentleman what his price, if he would like to buy some gemstones, specifically 5 garnets, 5 ambers, 2 spinal, 2 chrysoberyl, 4 jet, 2 peridot, and 3 blue spinal.
Okay. After doing so, he responds, "How big are they?"
I hold them up, one by one, like da 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 da.
They're fairly small gems.
Sasha gets that a lot.
Okay, you know what? It might be because they're far away. Okay, look. Okay, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can do this via roleplay, but it will take a lot longer.
I know.
Can I organize this so that we just like say,
Pass it to Fang.
will you?
Yeah. Okay.
Will you buy these? Will you?
He takes them. He analyzes them. Looks each of them over as he kind of puts them to the side. There are imperfections on some of these. Not going to be amazing quality. Can't say they probably resell or can be repurposed.
I know they can all be enchanted.
So can anything. You can enchant a rock if you wanted to. It's just not going to be very good enchantment.
Well, that'll be decent enchantment because they're decent gemstones.
There is a trick to it.
These ones I'd have to grind down. For that, probably... He splits a few of them off to a pile. The rest of them he kind of begins to organize them in their own various way. Right, this lot, and he gestures to about... How much gold worth would this usually be? How many
Usually...
total?
Okay, all together, as in like all of them all together, or...
All of the ones that you are offering to him.
Right.
How many gemstones are there?
That's okay, so 400 there, 500 there, 200 there, so that's 1100.
Is that 100 GP?
That's 100 GP one, so I'm just organizing this 1100, so that's 1200 and then 1600, followed by let's do one peridot and two blue spinel, so another 1500. So 3,100 all in all.
Okay. He looks at you. He seems to have separated them into broken gems, so ones which have more of chips, imperfections. Maybe that's because they're in a bag together, or maybe it's just happened beforehand. And the ones which seem to be okay. Perfect ones and the ones that I'm okay with, these ones, probably do that for about 2,000 gold, which would be the base retail price. The other ones, because they're damaged and they'll have to be ground up, 900.
Fine.
Okay. You gain
2,900.
You gain 2,900, which he gives to you in platinum, in 290 platinum. He takes the gems, scoops them into various bags, and proceeds to place them somewhere behind. Is that everything?
I don't know. What have you got to sell?
Depends. What you looking for?
You know what? I'd be in magic items or magic crystals. I don't suppose you've got any.
Magic crystals?
Hmm.
He squints a bit at you. Roll me a persuasion.
Why?
Because he's inciting you.
All right. Persuasion check. I'm doing so well at these today, after all.
10.
10.
Okay.
Eh?
I do some. Why'd you ask?
Cool. Because I saw there were some crystals on the shelves and they looked cool.
He looks over at the shelves. Ah, those! They're decoys. Don't touch those. They explode.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Also dangerous. I trust you because you're with him.
Okay. But yes. Do any of you've got any? I'll be honest. Anything that's sort of cool and magical, I'd be interested in.
Okay. From the back, he pulls out one thing which seems to be that gives off an innate magical sense to it. As he brings out what looks to be this mildly multicolored crystal, Infernal and Sudz, you probably recognize this from Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
As he places this small crystal on the surface of the table. This is what they like to call a universal gem.
Ooh. What does it do?
It can be used in enchanting. It's high quality, so high lot of stuff. This is, I'd say probably you could buy it for about 7,500 gold.
It's a lot of gold.
True, but it'll be useful. Queglod, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check. If you don't have proficiency, you do for this.
Sure thing. Pretty sure I have proficiency in Arcana, but
Okay, that should be fine.
should be +5, +6.
+6. Okay, 13. You've never seen a gem like this before, but looking at it, you get a general sense that its magical trace is very akin to that of enchanting. Whatever this is, it's probably very useful to you. Want it? Take it. If you don't, get lost. Unless there's anything else you want.
Rude.
What do you think, Queglod?
It's certainly interesting. What exactly can you do with it?
It's an enchanting. Obviously. It has a few uses, depending on what you want to use it for. I don't know the specifics. You'd need to talk to an enchanter for that.
Looks like Quaggles.
Alright.
Right.
I mean, I'll allow anybody else with proficiency in Arcana to make a check.
Oh boy!
I don't know if any of you actually are. Looking at the
For
skills...
athletics.
No, looking at your passive Arcana, none of you are. Other than
No.
Queglod. So, yeah.
Yeah, this looks like Quaggles.
If only we were using our Soaring Skies Leviathan's characters.
Oh yeah, look at me with my plus 15 to Arcana. Why'd you have that? Because I do.
Because I wanted it.
So, if you want it, take it. 7,500 gold. Be useful to you. Alternatively, I have other things, smaller versions of this.
Anyone interested? Queglod, how much money do you have on you, actually?
Not 7,500.
Not
You
what
could
I
say
asked.
a slower versions of it.
If you're looking for smaller versions, 2,000 gold for the smaller ones.
How small are we talking?
He gestures with his fingers. It's probably about half the size. So about the size of maybe a couple of inches tall.
I mean, okay. Do
Yeah,
you reckon
alright
you'll
then.
still?
Yes, if you go and fetch one, I'll take it off your hands.
Excellent. He rushes out back, grabs something and brings it back, places it on the desk. Feng takes it, passing over 2,000 gold. Okay. Now you have possession of this, you learn what this is. This is what is known as an arcane catalyst. When you use it in enchanting, you can use it for one of many different purposes. You can either 1, half the cost, 2, half the time, or 3, use it up to double its GP worth in enchanting.
Ooh.
Now, its weight is specific, so for this one it is worth 4,000 GP's worth of enchanting gemstones. However, doing so will remove its other properties. Because this is the smaller version, it only takes off a quarter of your cost or a quarter of your time. And you cannot use more than one per enchantment.
Hey Chris, is this the one the Aetherborn gave us on Tuesday?
Yes, it is. However, the one you got is impure. If you purify it, it will do this and it will be worth 1,500 gold.
Okay.
Because you've currently got an impure version, but it has the same universal magic signature. The bigger one would have accounted for 15,000 gold pieces worth of enchanting material, which has to be used all in one, I will add, or would have taken half the cost or half the time, and it would have taken that off. I believe, actually, Bern, you might have seen... Actually, no, Bern, you have seen these before, because Abbott has some. He doesn't use them, but he has them.
Abbott has everything.
Of course he does. He's a high-level mage who existed for hundreds of years under a box.
Right. So, I've got Out 3,000 gold now. Hooray! Shall we go and
Yes,
get away?
please do.
I would like to. Do you have a gem that's worth about 500 GP?
Of course.
I've got loads of those.
What do you want? Looking for anything in particular?
No, not really.
Any particular colors?
Let's go with red.
No red.
Green?
Yes. Would you like a olive green, a pale green, or a dark green?
Go with a dark.
Okay. He gets you 500 GP worth of Alexandrite. Which, according to this, says it's a transparent dark green crystal. Okay. So he pays that for 500 GP?
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to buy from Mungo?
That is it for me. I'm out of money.
Random question.
From Mongo.
At least for now, I'm out of money.
Rando question?
I don't suppose you sell shields, do you?
No.
Worth a try.
Unless
All
you're
right.
looking for pins.
Pins?
You know, jewellery pins.
Oh, you mean like those little... Okay, right, no. I meant like a... Stop me from getting hit by ballista type shield.
No. And also no. Wouldn't work.
Yeah, didn't think so. That thing hurt a lot.
Supposed to. It impaled the last guy who tried to rob me.
And who might have that have been?
One of the deep worm blades. He had the fancy dagger on him. The guards took him away.
Question. Why do they hate you so much?
He squints at you again. Want me a persuasion check?
Oh, for fuck's sake. What am I going to do?
I
you
will say
impaled
have
me.
advantage because you have Feng here. You roll 2 natural ones now. I can't help you.
Okay.
19. I may or may not have taken one of their ships.
That would put
Nice.
you on the...
Nice.
Look, you see, there were some things that I was asked to get, and I needed to get them. So I did. And they don't like me anymore, so I have defenses set up. They did, along with a few of their goons, break my windows and so on, but the guards took care of them. And so ever since, I've just had traps laid about the place.
I am not judging you. Thank you for all of your good work.
He looks at Fang, then looks back at you. And just a little bit of a hint. If you're gonna come back in, he points to beside the door on the left.
What's there?
Looking behind you, you see what looks to be a small wooden box on the side. Opening up, you see a very small bell inside.
Oh, that's used. Okay.
If you want to get in and not get shot, ring that immediately after going through the door. Oh,
Right.
Don't worry about the hinge. I know that thing's been broken for years.
Okay. Do you want me to like set it up at back at least?
No, it's fine. Just leave it there. If the door's open, the guards assume I've had a robbery and they might come in and investigate.
Fair
I
enough.
might clean up the
All
blood
right.
splatter this time.
Fair enough.
Sorry about
Thank
the
you for all your
injury.
help. Oh, it's fine. I've had worse. Not much worse, but I've had worse.
Was literally eaten.
Yes, I was eaten one time.
He pauses for a moment, looks at you. Over the
What
rest
did you
of the
get
class.
eaten by? Oh yes, I remember.
Yeah, remember the avatar of a god of hunger and death?
The giant abomination.
Wait,
Yes, that one.
He turns around and jogs out back. Do you wait or do you leave?
I wait.
Wait.
He comes back with a bit of paper. You watch as he scribbles something down on it. His tongue pokes out. He passes it over to Fang. Take that. Might help. I don't know.
Oh,
And
What's that?
Fang passes you a 10% off coupon from Mungo.
Oh, thank you very
However,
much,
it has written and scribbled on the bottom, all stores. And the reason it might help you is because you don't know if anyone will take it, but you can try.
Thank you very much, Mungo. That's very kind of you.
Welcome.
Right. Shall we be on our way so as not to keep you busy with
Oh,
I suspect you're going to have to set up some more traps.
it's fine. I got plenty. If they try to come in back, then they've also got themselves into trouble. Anyway,
That's fair.
if you do end up coming back, just do what I asked, and then you should be okay.
Will do. Thank you, Mungo.
Bye.
And Sasha walks out. You know, I like Mungo, but also he did shoot the fuck out of me.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's your
mildly
fault
mixed
for not ringing the
reactions.
bell.
With bloodied armor punctured through by a large crossbow, by a large ballista shot, a natural 20. I wasn't expecting it. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
You make your way to where next?
Where Dorg is. They said he was.
Dog smoke smelters.
Yes.
Okay. You make your way over to there. You see a relatively well-decorated front to the store. It is a surprisingly, out of the rest of it, it's got wood supports, which you'd think that's less supportive than stone supports, but it's probably more of a show of pride than everything. As you see the intricate detailing on the outside of the building, the glass that's there in place, you can see shields and armor behind it. You can see that there are 4 guards currently posted outside the building. And over the top, you see it reads the smoke smelters, and you can see a few small chimneys kind of rising up that can join into one, and seem to have what looks to be a light blue box on the top of it.
Right. Go up to the guards. Hello.
Hello?
What's the protocol for checking to see if our order has gone through, or not our
If you
order,
want
Horde
to, you can
Master's
speak to
order has
Dorg.
gone through.
You can speak to Dorg whenever you want, if you want to head inside. If he kicks you out, then we drag you out. If you do go by force, we arrest you.
I'd like to see
I'm-
him drag me out.
I mean, I just wanted. I'm happy to leave the moment if he says that he hasn't gotten the thing.
That's
no
fine.
need
I'm
for-
just saying you're free to go inside, but we'll arrest
Yeah,
you and deal with
okay.
you. If any of you draw your weapons while inside, you will also be arrested. I note that you are all armed, so keep that to yourself. And the drakes will have to stay outside.
Just
enough.
the drakes?
Okay, look.
Looking at the
how-
rust monster also, and that thing too.
Right. Well, in that case,
I
everyone
forgot
know
you
the
had a
rules.
weapon.
No weapon drawing. No anything threatening, because I don't want to get arrested today. Shall we?
Surprised you're not
Yep.
You're
gonna
gonna
take
stay
my damn
outside, or
horns
are you
off.
coming in?
I mean, I reckon it'd be like the Dawn Seekers all in all, but I'll go first, shall I?
I'll be. I'm going to look at Ben Orm and tell him to keep an eye on him, pointing to the rust monster.
Fair.
That is good.
And
You
in
two play
we
now.
go.
The rust monster begins sniffing Orum's armor, which is not magic.
Oh, bad.
Okay. Heading inside, you are welcomed to a warmer lit interior. The smells of the familiar smell of the forge fires going. You can see an individual currently working there. The clang of a hammer on anvil from the back. Turn, 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 turn. Are you going to interrupt him, or are you just going to watch as you move into the
Ah,
store?
let him.
I don't want to interrupt.
Okay. A couple minutes later, you watch as he takes the bit of metal and he places it. Places it back on the anvil, stands up, lifts the mask. You can see most of his head is shaved, bar from a single smooth mohawk that goes down into a deep plait. down the back of his neck. His hair is
Oh,
completely snow white, but he is a very, very, very dark Duragar. You can see, as he turns around, you see his right eye seems to have what looks to be a sheet of metal over the front with a lattice design and kind of a light red crystalling over the front of it. His nose, though it looks rather broken, it is slightly more bulbous and flat in its general make. You can see his beard is patchy, covered with various scorch marks of the kind of the greying silver hair as he turns around. So, who's this that disturbs me?
Well, specifically me, Sasha Smashfist of the Dawn Seekers. I don't know if Master
You lot, yes. The Forge Master
Oh,
sent
thank
me a
goodness.
message this morning saying about a bunch of nitwits coming in. Thought that you might be them.
Honestly, you know what? No, that's fair. Yes, we are a bunch of nitwits.
Glad you agree. So, you're after a dragon hammer, correct?
Correct.
How soon you're looking for it to be made?
Well, I think the intention was that we order it now, and we'll be back sometime within, was it within the week or within 3 days?
You'll be back in 3 days.
We'll be back in 3 days. 3 to 4. We'll be back in about 4 days, and then probably back again after that, after a trip to Relical. So anywhere between within 3 days and a couple of weeks, if that's possible.
If you're purchasing the materials and you want me to make it from scratch to be more of a custom look, that'll take me about 2 weeks to make. If you're looking to just get something standard, then you're going to have to wait a week because I need my materials to arrive from the storage.
Right. I'm all right with standard, frankly.
All right.
I mean-
What are you looking for? You're looking for high capacity, dense shot, long shot? Standard?
What does that mean, Chris?
It's the different profiles of the weapon.
Right. Could you run me through the high capacity and dense shot?
Dense shot is a 15-foot cone rather than a 30-foot cone. And the damage goes up by 2d6.
From
the dragon shot.
No, as in it's 2d6 is the addition.
Is the addition? The base is 8d6.
Excellent.
It's a 30-foot cone fireball that can be used as an action, effectively.
Excellent.
So it increases damage by 2d6, but makes it a 15-foot cone. The high velocity makes it a 60-foot cone, but reduces it by 2d6, making it 40. Making it 66. And then the long shot makes it a 100-foot line weapon, but it makes it 4d6.
Right. Right.
Or
And
you
the
can
high
go for standard, which is a 30-foot cone, 8d6.
Right. Did he mean to say high velocity rather than high capacity?
Yes, high velocity. Sorry.
Right. Sorry. That was where my confusion was. I thought the high velocity was like, oh, it can hold more ammo, but no.
No.
I'm more than happy with the standard version, if I'm honest.
All right. Were you looking for standard or custom design?
Standard design. I don't suppose. Is there any? Could I put it? Is there anywhere on it where I could get a symbol placed if I was willing to do the work myself?
Standard design is that, as protocol, if you had read what you'd probably been already forced to sign, is that it can't be modified in any way or recreated. Standard design means that it'll be magically imbued, preventing further changes. If you're after custom order and just want a simple symbol, that'll cost you an extra 500 gold.
Okay, how much would it be for standard then?
Standard is 4,500. For custom design, it's 5,000. It comes with 2 capsules already, each of those being 250 gold each.
Right. Is anybody willing to help me out with this? Because I've only got because I don't know if he'll take gemstones.
We don't have money. We're getting some after the festival.
Right.
I have some
and
money on me still. How much?
And will that be?
but I've got
Will that
nowhere-
be paying
Also,
upon?
you don't need to pay now.
Right, and I don't need to. Do I need to pay now, or do I need to pay later after it's once I come back to collect
Once
it?
you've paid, I can start making it. I need to have the materials bought so I can get this thing prepared.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay.
If you're not wanting the shells made as part of the deal, then that'll be 4,500 for custom and 4,000 for regular.
No,
I have
no.
500.
I want the shells made. Okay. I've got 3,000, 300. I've got 300 platinum, and I don't suppose you accept gems as payment.
Not really. It's not something I can't work with.
Right. I don't suppose you'd like a
I
giant block
can-
of brimstone by any chance.
Oh
I can
my-
loan you 100 platinum, Sasha.
I'll take it for 100 gold if you're selling the block.
Don't
Yeah.
do it.
It's
Depends
fine.
on
I
its
can lend you
quality, though.
500
Because
and then
that brimstone could be used to make one of your Promethean shells. It's up to
Well, you might as well have a look. I bring it out.
Nah, too sparse. If you're looking for something more, you need a solid block of sulfur.
Fair enough.
Something heavier.
Put it back in. Okay.
So
Right,
you
so
would
we
get
have enough gold.
you have 300 platinum. Who is gifting?
I can give you 100 platinum.
I can do the same.
Okay. So each of
I'm
you.
out of money.
Makes more sense to do.
Okay.
But
so
how much do you need? You need.
It will
400
be
platinum.
5,000 for a custom, which means that you can design it in any way that you want. As long as it's functional, this means it can have extra design, it can have symbols and stuff on it, it can have special script, which may or may not aid in enchantment.
we're
later
going-
on, if you're
Okay.
looking for
Yeah, I think if you're gonna get one, just get a custom one.
if you're going to get a
Sta-
standard one, then it will be 4,500.
Yeah, but like, I don't want to. You guys, I only have 300 platinum that I can put forward, and like, yeah.
It's up
Yeah,
to you.
I mean, if we-
100.
We have
if we
200.
have, if we
If we're
have the
going straight
5,000,
back
then I
to-
guess.
Yeah, if we're going straight back to Adamantia soon after this, I can get the rest of my money out of storage. So
Yeah. Okay.
Let me put it this way: if you get a standard, it will be a regular warhammer with a dragon cannon attachment. If you get a custom, you can enchant it with +1, +2, or +3 later.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get doing the 5,000 one.
So
Yep.
it's up to you, and that will only affect the warhammer, but it means that you'll be able to do that.
Right. Yeah. I do that, and I have the symbol of a Turan put on. Wait, is that illegal in down here?
Make me a religion check.
I need to double check that. Fucking yeah.
If you're proficient, it should be a +3.
I believe I am.
A Turan, being a draconic deity, maybe? It's mainly outlawed in the above society.
Right.
And it's not necessarily outlawed, it's frowned upon, whereas down here it's a bit more, it's dwarves, maybe? Maybe not?
Mind if I quick question? How do you feel about dragons in general?
In general, depends. If they're stone dragons, they're assholes, they dig into our keeps. If they're anything else metallic, they typically hate us. If they're chromatic, they're also evil bastards, so dragons in general can go suck one.
What about dragon gods?
I mean, as long as they don't get in your way, they're fine.
Excellent. I don't suppose you could put a symbol of a Turan on my hammer, could you?
Got an example?
I hold up my holy symbol, which is an equivalent of the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I can do something like that on it.
Excellent. And a slightly draconic face to it, if that's possible.
Sure, it's a dragon hammer. Being more draconic fits, I can work with that.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
That'll,
I
as I
hand
said,
over 300.
as I said, it'll take 2 weeks. That'll be done. Come back here when you're ready for that.
I don't suppose he says anything about my Mysterium, holy symbol.
Doesn't seem to care.
Fuck. I was hoping I could trade that for more things. Right. Hand that over. Right. Excellent. 2 weeks then. I will see you then.
Alright, see you then. Okay.
Right.
Is there anywhere else you wish to visit?
I have no money now.
No, me either.
Chris, you need to give me the description of appraisal.
Oh, right. Oops. Did I not send that to you?
Yeah. No, I
No.
don't.
You said you were going to after the session and never did, apparently.
Let me find it. It's in my custom miscellaneous spells, which I need to find. Oh.
Because I was like,
No,
wait,
I've sent
I
this
do
to
remember.
you. I've sent this to you before. There, I've sent that to you before. You even read its description and then asked questions about it. You even cast it. You
Oh,
owned this. You just didn't copy it in.
I didn't cast it.
Here you have.
Oh,
Remember, you cast it on your spear.
No, that was the guy that cast it. And after
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
I asked
that's-
him where I can get it.
Oh, okay. Oh well. Now you have it. There you go. So, any other visits before you head back to Adamanthia using 25 GP of chalk?
Nope.
No.
I need a ready check. Simon?
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. At this point, I don't think I could buy anything else if I wanted to.
Alrighty then.
Like
You're
what?
heading back to Adamanthia. Cool, I can get rid of this dwarven music.
Yep.
No offense to them, but, you know. So. That's too sad. Where's my other one? Sylvan Sanctuary. That's the one. Alright, so. As you go back to your rooms in the inn, which you still have till the end of the day, you draw the symbol on the ground in chalk, setting up the teleportation circle. As you proceed to draw it and set it up, the arcane runes light up as you all rush through, and you head back to Adamanthia. As you head back,
finally.
the familiar smell of baked goods from downstairs, the smell of egg and roll and fresh bread,
And beer, don't forget the beer.
the beer, the smell of fresh, the smell of fresh fabric, and the appearance of light arcane enchantment as you travel through. Abod kind of turns and looks.
Honey, we're home.
Welcome back. Yes, I made sure to keep the teleportation circle up. It'll be official in in half a year's time. In a little bit under a year's time. Sorry. You caught me in the middle of enchanting. Anything that you've got that you need to bring up?
Not really. I mean, I would like to that cube and that crest that I handed you. Do you mind if I grab those back?
Cube and crest.
The Anchorage crest and the cube of chaos. He had them and was looking
Ah.
over them for us.
Yes. The cube, by the way, I have done a little bit of investigating. The results on it are seemingly random. There's no way to easily determine them, and they occur on a irregular basis. Some of their effects are particularly powerful. I would be very wary when using this if you do choose to use it in the future. You'll also need someone rather intelligent, as it requires a arcane mind to be able to use it. Looks at Queglod. If you end up using more of your arcane sight, you might be able to decipher it a bit easier, but you'll still have difficulty working the cube itself.
Oh, question. I can learn. I can pray for a spell called True Sight. Would that help?
That would also help, yes. It's more of a matter of permanence within it all. For example, Detect Magic traditionally wouldn't work, but through more of your patron's understanding, your Eldritch Sight would have a bit more of a visibility on the arcane glyphs and enchantments that inhabit the cube. True Sight, for example, would work the same way. So if you are using your Eldritch Sight to use Detect Magic, or if you are using True Sight, you will be able to give yourself advantage on all investigation checks while attempting to decipher the cube. Keep in mind that each phase of trying to unlock it takes between 1 and 10 minutes. So True Sight will get very expensive very quickly.
Oh, don't worry. I am absolutely not going to be using this on Sasha.
Well, I will.
That would be just throwing money away.
At some point when I have the time to take the proper care, Start investigation.
In terms of the crest, it seems to have awakened itself once again, and it is ready to be used when you want to attempt to use it if you wish. If you need it, I can set up a magical circle to protect you all in the case that it should backfire. But due to the nature of your protective ward on the downstairs area, it should react according to that.
What's
Hmm?
this, by the way?
What? Chris?
Crest?
What?
What was that?
You not hear me, or?
I heard what you said.
I cut out for me.
I lost any frames? Nope. Must have been Discord. Looks like Discord. Okay.
So,
The
Hallow
crest that you
downstairs?
gave the crest that you gave me is ready to be reactivated when you want to. If you want, I can set up a magical symbol or glyph to protect you or to contain whatever might be spawned from it. But it seems to react to wherever it is present. From what I understand, if you were to activate this in your downstairs area, where you have your Harlow set up, it would react accordingly, creating a guardian of the significant power. But that's just a hypothesis at the moment. You'd have to properly
Right.
test it to find out.
Quick thing. Do you know anything about someone called the Prince of Blood?
History check, disadvantage. Not that I can remember. I can research him if you wish, see if there's anything that I can find on him.
That would be really helpful. We might have released him from a semi-permanent, super powerful binding.
Ah, I'll speak to Gree, see if he has any more information. Seeing as it is blood-oriented, he might have a bit more of a insight.
I'll do some legend lore-y stuff and try
You
and
can legend
work it
lore.
out. Oh yes, I'm quite powerful now. Nowhere near your level, but still, I'm doing good.
No, of course, that's fine. It's curious to hear of your progressions. Being able to cast such a higher tier spell, and to think that only not too long ago you were, well, how shall we say, freeing me from a bunch of boxes.
That's fair. That's fair.
But no, you're welcome to take them back if you want. I've been working on various things. I believe one of you commissioned something. Yes, Malcom. You were after that spell?
Yes, and the
Yes, the
Then what
focus.
yes.
Yes, he hands you the crystal, and he hands you a spell scroll, which you may concentrate on over the course of a day to learn the spell,
Ooh.
which is called Conjure Familiar Being.
Ooh.
It will allow you to conjure a creature of up to half your CR, and of a personal relation to you, to be a combat familiar.
Ooh.
The spell itself is 5th level, so it's higher than he originally intended, and it is not a ritual. To summon said creature, it will cost 100 GP of ink and incense.
Okay.
I'll give you the
Yes.
full description of that later.
Okay. Did he have to make the focus thing? Did he have to do it more than once?
No, he didn't. So that means
Okay,
you
so
do
I
get
get
back.
3K back.
You get 3k back, yeah.
Ooh.
It's a +1 focus gem which he can attach to Lighthouse. Oh man, I just finished making my cards and now I have to change the thing again. Alright, let me pull off the passive to hit and spell DC and change that. Alright, that goes up to that.
Did you change mine?
I did. I changed it because yours went up. Now I have to change it again. That's changed to that. That's mostly seamless. Scribble out the bottom of the 9 and turn it into a 10. Ta-da! That works.
Wow.
There we go. Close enough. Doesn't look too bad.
Chris, do you mind if we take a break in a moment?
Yeah, sure. If you want to take a break now, now's a good time as you're back home.
Yeah, if that works.
Yep, and this gives you good time to sort out your time skip and what you guys want to do as well. Obviously, Rook, I know what you're doing. You're going to Ormand's Ravine or Ormand's Anchor to collect your metal. Yep, and then come
And
back.
do some research.
Ooh, doing research?
Right.
That's right,
Other
because you don't
thing.
have terrible intelligence.
Wait, what? You don't?
No.
Oh, he's one of the few that doesn't.
No,
Woo!
What's coming to the world?
he has 12.
Fighters who are smart?
18,
I have-
14, 14, 13, 12, and 9.
I have-
Nice.
I have horrific charisma though.
How
So,
long?
yeah.
Oh, man. Roll me an insight check on the DM, Infernal.
Right.
And I will roll
Oh.
my DC with a D100.
Oh, Abbott,
Sasha.
how good are you at mending the
Actually,
thing?
no, I will roll 2d20 and I'll add them together. That's a bit more fair.
That's as good as I can get it.
Before I go,
What,
Sasha,
what is the total?
could you do Legends lore at some point?
He hasn't.
Uh,
Yes, I literally offered to do it before
Infernal.
we
What
before we
is,
fought
do you
Malcom.
It
have
is 23, Chris.
23. You beat my DC of 20.
Did you all do 10s?
No, I rolled a 14 and a 6. So, I mean, I already told Sudz this, but I put all my dice on 20s to remove all the good mojo rolling. Except for that natural 20, apparently. So,
Yeah, thanks about that.
welcome.
How long?
Probably 3 to 4 days. Depends. If you roll well on your con save, you should be fine for a day. Or you'll be bad for a day. If you don't, probably 3, 4 days.
By the way, I'm instantly going to go and buy the necessary stuff to use the spell.
Good to know. Yeah, so this will allow you to summon a CR2 because you have proficiency 4 at the moment. And that is a Drake of my choosing. Well, not
Yep.
a Drake, a Dragon of my choosing, I should say.
Yep.
Which will be a Drake because, let's be honest, I'm not giving you a dragon.
I mean,
Not
it's
yet.
CR2.
Not yet, no! Wait a bit for that.
Give him a fairy dragon.
That's actually not a bad call. Looking at the list, Fairy Dragon's probably the best one for it. I mean, the only other one's a Guard Drake, which you already own, so...
Yeah.
You can have an adult Fairy Dragon.
Sweet.
Want me to list off the things it can do, because it's horrifying?
I
Yeah,
would like to
spells
know.
can-
Oh, I remember what it can do.
cast spells.
Okay. Let me quickly get up the page on a Fairy Dragon. I will
Back in
also
a sec,
need to
guys.
quickly be right back, so I'll just read this out and then go. So, for those at home who are going to be wondering, what on earth are you doing giving your player a Fairy Dragon that can cast once per day Dancing Lights, Mage Hand, Minor Illusion, Color Spray, Mirror Image, Suggestion, Major Image, Hallucinatory Terrain, and Polymorph?
Oh my god, that's
Yes! Polymorph!
Yes, as you conjure what looks to be a bright violet and kind of purple fairy dragon as it just hooks itself onto your shoulder. It is absolutely tiny. This thing you
Yes.
could hold up on a stick. This thing is that small. As it kind of hooks on, it looks over at B, mildly hisses while looking at the rest of you. Languages, it knows Draconic and Sylvan, and can speak.
Oh!
Yes!
I can't speak to it.
It also has a breath weapon, which creates a puff of euphoric gas. I roll a d6.
Sasha gets high.
On a 1 to 4, the target takes no action or bonus action and uses all of its movement to move in a random direction. On a 5 to 6, the target doesn't move and the only thing it can do on its turn is make a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw, ending the effect on itself on a success. So it's basically a way of locking it down. Oh,
Nice.
they also have something known as Superior Invisibility. As a bonus action, the dragon can magically turn invisible until its concentration ends, as if concentrating on a spell. Any equipment the dragon wears or carries is invisible with it. Now, I will point this out. This replaces Featherwing.
Oh.
So Featherwing has now become this fairy dragon.
Oh.
I will give Featherwing stats in the companion section later. But for now, Featherwing has begun from being a white pseudo-dragon to I'm going to say for flavour, a purple and white fairy dragon.
Oh, Feathering has successfully evolved.
Correct. As Feathering can now cast spells. So,
This is exactly what Feathering wanted too.
yep, that is very true. Anyway, I'm going to go and take a quick break because I need to go and refill my water bottles because it is hard in here. Even though it was rained today, it is just downright muggy and humid. Back in a minute.
I agree.
Bye.
So you're good to use legend lore then, Sasha, if you're around and haven't run off.
I think Sasha ran off.
Yeah. Bugger. Dear me.
Yo, so Sudz.
Hmm.
How much did your thing cost?
3K.
Okay, fuck me.
Okay, what does it do? It just gives you +1 to...
It gives +1 to spell DC, +1 spell and something else.
I'm back.
I'm pretty sure it does the same thing
Welcome
that yours does. What does yours do again?
I have no idea.
Oh, great. Can't remember anything, can we? uh. Oh yeah, spell attack.
I can't remember why mine was like 7,000 gold, but probably a reason for it.
Probably. Yeah, spell save DC of 18. Woo.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Back.
Is everybody back now?
Sasha's not.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I got Scotch eggs to eat.
Nice.
So, actually, you know what? I'll start the plans now. So, over the course of your time skip, for 3 days, what would you guys like to do? Bern?
Okay, Chris. Can I ask him to, if he can any way help me shorten the time I would be not well?
He can use enhance ability on you to give you advantage.
Alright, that works.
I think. Does enhance ability give advantage on saves, or is it only checks?
I'm gonna check. I think it's only checks though.
Okay.
You get an advantage on constitution checks.
Okay. So never mind. It's probably a spell which gives you help on your saves. Ah, bless. Agree can do that.
Oh. Alright.
Agree can use bless on you. Okay, now I'll give you an additional D4 on your save. D4 or D6?
Alright.
D4.
Alright. Can I use lucky on this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Alright. Let's go.
Alright, so on the first day, you drink.
Yep, I go to my room and I drink. That is
18 plus
18 plus
9.
Yep.
27. Okay. Beating the DC, you manage to mostly resist the effects. You are going to be you're going to be considered as if suffering from 3 points of exhaustion for 1 day, but you are not actually suffering them.
Okay.
Okay. This does a few things for you. You learn about the creatures that travelled that distance. So in such a case, you learn that from that location, there are various creatures that used to travel through there, Duergar being one, which it did notice but was never able to actually hurt in any particular way, because they were quite stealthy most of the time and could travel to and from fairly quickly. You also learned that it, in particular, had been stuck there for quite a long time, as it couldn't properly leave, and whatever food it was getting was usually scraps and scavengers, which is why it was quite weak. You also learn from it that the surrounding area is inhabited by a few layers of notice. You don't know the exact creatures that live there. All you know is that 2 of them are gargantuan in size. And
Around it.
that's within a 100-mile radius, so 3 to 4 days of travel.
Okay.
2 of them. 2 of them are gargantuan, and the other one is normal or medium. Sorry. And that one was
purple worms gargantuan? Is a purple worm gargantuan?
Yes.
Okay, so that's probably one of them.
Yeah. The medium one, you get the sense that was probably the place you went.
Yeah, okay.
And the medium creature, it wasn't necessarily its lair, but it was a place of significant power.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's everything you should get from this. Yes, that is everything. You learn the information, and you now have that in your repertoire. Keep that in mind that you can inhabit its appearances.
Yep.
So, Simon, are you here?
I'm here, yeah.
What would you like to do on your time skip?
Oh. Remind me, how long does the eye take to make? That's going to take too long, isn't it?
It would take, that would take, I think it was 2 weeks. I believe is what we discussed, because you got all the previous materials and you did some of the work already. Or something like that. You got everything ready, you had the pieces you needed, you just needed to put it onto the, onto the eye,
I just
which was going to take 2 weeks. Yeah. So that would be 2 weeks, so unfortunately not enough time for that.
No, not even with the catalyst. Instead, I want to follow up on the spell medallions. Since I've encountered someone who can use them, and I'm very interested.
Spell medallions?
So these were the
Oh, yes.
Yeah, from the time skip. That one guy had, I believe they were mage armor ones.
Yes, the consumables.
Yes, I think those would be something very useful if I could learn how to make them.
Okay.
So I'm going to do, for now, just some book research.
Okay.
On how to sort those.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. And this will take up your entire time skip.
That's fair.
Seeing as I'm allowing 1 to 2 things for the time skip.
Yeah, reasonable.
Okay.
Investigation plus 6, so 18.
18. Looking over, there is some note of this. Going to the local library, you do pick up on the fact that there are some things like this. Consumables, in such a way of being a more temporary basis, are fairly easy to create because they are consumables. There are common ones which are more prominent. Things like there are medallions which can be thrown to cast Cure Wounds. There are others of a similar style. There's even one known as a set of prayer beads, which can be used once per day and then they regenerate themselves. For example, that's a more expensive version using the medallion's kind of style of a consume base. And you can actually set up a chain of them in a similar way, and so long as you enchant them all under the same pretense, you can create a regenerating use of particular spells. The creation of such an item goes into the tens of thousands of gold, because it allows you to basically add spells to a spell list which you usually couldn't work with. Because you can just once per day cast Mage Armor. Can you cast Mage Armor normally? No, but you can still do it. Because you can convert scrolls into once per day use that's attached to a chain of other spells which also regenerate.
That would be useful with Liam and Tiny Hole.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be very helpful.
Yeah. So there are
even
many
the
ways of
medallions
doing
would be
that.
useful.
So there are many ways of doing that. The more consumable focus, however, typically revolves around first to second level spells at most.
That's fair.
Because they are nice and cheap and easy to make. Anything which goes beyond that, typically there's no point to making it consume, because the moment you use 4 of them, you might as well have just made a regenerating one, which means you don't have to use it frugally. Just go for it. Frugal is the right word, isn't it? When you're uptight, or is that? No, frugal's the other one, isn't it? Oh, either way.
I know it's one of the two.
Where would you would use it sparingly?
Yeah. Okay. So that is, once I've got the eye made, that is something I will follow up on.
Okay. And you research that over the course of your timescale.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to now, you have the premise and the basis to make any of these things. If you.
Okay.
In answer to your question, that's drinking 1. If you drank the other 2, it wouldn't change anything.
Okay.
Jamie, I know where you're going. You said you wanted to do some research at the end of your gathering process?
Yeah, how long would it take to get there and back?
2 days.
2 days. There and
So
back.
you'd have
so
1
while
day
I'm
left.
cool, before I go, I want to see if I can get Sasha to do that Legends lore, and then while I'm over there, I'm going to do
Hello.
some research. Hi, Sasha.
Okay. What would you like, Legend Lord?
The axe / staff, which is throwing me off a bit.
I will be casting Legend Lore then.
Give me a moment. I've got to open up my prophecies folder. I have a prophecies with lists of your weapons in since you got Legend Lore. I am prepared.
Nice.
All right.
Got 3 whole casks of this, so per day. So be aware.
Okay. I gotta change the music for this because this is a tab.
Isn't nearly as
Suspense. What's that
happy.
one? Louder. Go quieter. So, as you sit there, you begin casting Legend Lore, the axe laid out in front of you, the symbols drawn around it, the prayer beginning as you proceed to sit out back of your homestead and you begin to cast Legend Lore. The expensive incense begins to burn up. The 4 ivory strips begin to hover in the air as you watch as the astral edge proceeds to do so. The flames wreath around each of the ivory strips and begin to concentrate in on astral edge. As this occurs, you watch as Sasha's prayer begins to take fold, and Sasha, you hear words echoing through your mind. Forged in the Promethean flames of Ramatsu, the blaze of an eternity stronger than any forge, lit as bright as a star, the fall of the bronze shard came too soon. From its corpse this axe was made, and woe to any who should dare wield it, or any bloodline bound.
Oh dear.
Great. Yeah. Okay.
Would you like to direct your insight in a particular manner? In other
Yes.
words, would you and funnel any further knowledge in a particular direction? Doing so, you must roll a d20. DC is 10. If you beat it, you succeed. If you fail, the spell ends. This
Right.
is my own version of Legend.
First, Let me ask Jamie, any particular area you want me to push
This
this
is something
towards?
that now that Legend Lore has been started, and this is the first time using it, so this is an experience, Jamie cannot give you any guidance.
Right, in that case, I'm going to do my own thing.
Cool.
A night in the full moon of a druid circle, a sealed evil known as the Prince of Blood. Other symbols dance upon the haft of this axe. What the insight I'm looking for is what is it about, what any information about these symbols, what they may mean.
Okay. You receive the following answer. A purpose. A being. A wielder. A creation. And a sight. Each having their own tale to tell. The moon is a sight. The seeing of where it was first spotted, and the site where it fell. The being, the winged form, used and made this axe to kill such a creature. The wielder, the first who wielded it, taking the gauntlets in hand to strike at their foes, forged from the same star as this. The flame where it was forged, Promethean and blazing. And finally, the head, the form of challenge, and the binder of the bloodline.
Well, shit.
Also, you need to roll d20. What about that part?
Too late, Chris.
Too
Too late.
Okay. The spell ends after this effect.
Right. Well, I regale all of that to Jamie. To Rook.
Fuck me. Right. Excellent.
Yeah, sucks to be you, honestly.
So there's gauntlets made of the same bloody star.
Yeah.
Now,
Could we get those written down, by the way?
I'll do it after.
okay. I tried to write notes, but you're talking fast and it's more just a scribble than it is notes.
It's fine.
Right. But this does mean that we have clues to each of the symbols on your axe, which is good,
Yes.
since
Right.
they appear to like buff it up when they're completed. Maybe.
I want my axe to be a pet. It needs sentience. And it'll be like, you ever watch Flint the Time Detective? Maybe not. No.
I feel like I recognize that name.
Well, anyway.
So, right. Okay, well, for the rest of my time skip, so how much time did that take? Probably not long.
That took 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, fine, fair dues. Alright. Are we still in the presence of a bod? A bod?
Abod.
Yeah, him.
If you want to go up and speak to him, you can.
Okay. I'm gonna go speak to him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go and get. Oh, I can't remember which order it is. Dark steel, black steel. I'm gonna be improving my
The
axe.
axe. Okay.
Will
Yeah.
it be strong enough to deal with the blade?
As you take the dark steel, as you return home, you place it against the edge of the axe. The axe consumes the ingot and begins to infuse itself to it, forming this kind of hardened dark edge. As you take the black steel and apply it to it, it becomes a darker with a crystalline pattern running across the outside of it, almost like a crackle of lightning. As you take this and you swing it against the blade in the room where I assume you're speaking of Feng's blade?
Yeah.
As it hits the outside of it, it does not break it.
Well, bugger me. That's one solid blade. Jesus Christ, how much stronger does this damn thing need to get? Right, okay. Well, that's good to know.
I don't Question: How many? Question: Does it need to be like a pure ingot, or can it just be a pure something else, like pure pebbles?
Out of character, it has to be a pure ingot of 100 GP's worth of that said given material. But
Mhm.
because of the availability of some of the metals, that's very difficult to do sometimes.
Yeah.
I know, right? I
Right.
kind of regretting that decision. Like, some of these things are going to be nigh damn impossible to get.
To be fair, the first thing you said to me was, "Can it be upgradable?" And I immediately thought of this, so it's not on your head at all.
Oh, fair dues. Excellent.
So,
Right.
yeah, you're a little bit fucked, buddy. So,
Thanks.
but don't worry, I'm sure it'll be fine. Um,
Okay. So, and you wanted to spend the rest of your time researching?
Yeah, I was going to spend the rest of my time researching I can never remember if it's Anchor or the Ravine. I want where we were trying to get to.
Okay. The ravine is where you were trying to get to.
Romance
Okay.
Ravine. Yeah.
Oh,
wanna-
Oromance Ravine, you were trying to get to Darkreap Ruin.
Dark Reaper.
That's the thing, yes. I want to research, talk to a couple of people, find if there's a safer way to actually get to it that doesn't involve spiders, possibly. Maybe.
Roll me an investigation check. And where are you researching this?
I think
Nadamath?
Fang was gonna do that too, wasn't he?
Fang said he'll
Like-
assist if anybody's researching, so he'll assist in this.
Okay.
So he'll make a separate roll with his investigation. She
The
gets
table
expertise.
top had crashed. Okay, so just a normal roll, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. And
Where
it'll be
is
the
this?
library, the guards. Literally, I'm just gonna go around and try and find any information.
Okay. Total?
14. 13.
Where are you finding this information? Adamanthia or Oromance? Or
Oromance.
Anchor?
No.
Orom's Anchor.
The place where I got the ingots.
Okay, so Orom's Anchor. Okay. Going there, you proceed to look through various bits of information. Looking about, you find that the information in general is rather sparse. There isn't much about it. All that is, the Darkreap Ruins was an old Duragar fortress which collapsed into Oromance Ravine and was thus turned into a very dangerous location. With Fang's natural 20, with a +5 plus his +7, that takes him to a 32. As he finds that there is information about Darkreap Ruin. The location itself, to access it, there is one simpler way, which is that there's speculated to be a second entrance in from another plane of existence. To find it, you have no idea. The only other safer way to get in is to be able to conjure and surround yourself with undead.
Oh no.
As the ravine itself seems to have a protective nature of the undead, that they will escort you through it.
Does Sovak count?
No.
Damn.
This is conjured undead such as zombies, skeletons, and sentient undead such as veil-shaped minions.
Oh.
He also discovers that if you really wanted to, you could try climb down the side of it where the Darkreap Ruins' old ruin would be. However, that would be a 200 scale down, and you'd have to travel 2 days on the surface to reach that point. And the surface is more dangerous because it destroys all food and drink, magical or not. So you will be starving by the time you get there.
If we're touching the floor, or
If you're there.
Uh,
So long as you're within its general radius, all your food and drink, magical or not, beads of nourishment or not, will be destroyed if you're on the surface. And conjure food and hero's feast, none of that will work. So there is another way, but it requires you scaling down over 500 feet down. I think if I remember correctly, you would be about 2,000 feet down, which is a lot of hempen rope
yeah.
to get to the correct location.
So 2,000.
Any clue about which plane of existence?
I'll say from the natural 20. Somewhere in the Shadowfell.
Okay. Galgar, where are you?
To clarify, 40 hempen rope.
Yeah?
Huh, what would we need to carry 40 hempen rope?
40? Where are
Just
you getting
buy
that
them-
math from?
Well, each hempen rope is 50 foot long, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
20 times
we-
50 is 1,000, and 2 times 20 is 40.
Yeah.
Tie it all up around Sasha and make him the world's biggest yo-yo.
I will also point out that carrying that much hempen rope is going to be impossible without a horse and cart. But if your horse and cart are if your horse is gonna starve before you get there, you're gonna have a hard time getting it to the edge.
Rook is not pulling a cart. Just to clear that up.
Oh, come on!
Also, there's the like logistical difficulty of climbing that much rope.
Yeah, Sasha, you have a tendency to fall down holes. Like,
Yes,
I don't know about
and-
you scaling that height. I mean,
Sasha,
that-
roll me 40 dexterity saving throws.
Sasha,
You're bound to
don't.
Very
fail
well.
one of these.
1,
No.
2.
I'm dead.
And
There
then,
we go. And dead. So,
Yeah.
we can say I can comfortably get down 100 feet and maybe survive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are other ways in though. Just going through Orment's Ravine is the most direct route, and it's the safest route if you know how to handle getting by creatures or fighting them.
Well, I have ranged weapons now, so that helps.
Yeah. The only reason the Shadowfell is potentially more dangerous is anybody knows the Shadowfell is not a safe place.
I have
Oh,
no
don't
idea
worry,
what
I-
Shadowfell is.
So,
Cool.
Second day. Sasha, do you need any smithing?
What? Oh, smithing, yes. I'd like
Well-
to make some shields.
okay. You spend 3 days making shields. Got it.
I joined him on those last 2 days.
On the last 2 days. Okay. So you make 5 shields in all. Congratulations. Malcolm, what would you like to do for your time skip?
Well, I would like to spend most of my time making more beads of nourishment to be sold. But I would also like to get Lighthouse Legend Lord as well, since I bought the materials to do so.
Okay. Additionally, is there any spells that you guys wish to cast during this time, which we will get to in a moment? So, Legend Lore.
I make sure that Sasha knows that what I would like to know most from this, because I already know exactly what I want to know. I want to know any kind of clues towards how to awaken it further. Which is the exact same thing I asked the other day.
Right. You want to awaken Lighthouse further.
Yes.
And I just Legend Lore.
Okay. Casting it on Lighthouse, you learn the following. Rusted layers of dust. From windswept mountains, Lighthouse stands above all others, in the hand of those who possess the trials of nature. One leaf, now aflame. It stands awake, shining brightly over all others, guiding their path to become true, return to the soil and scale what the wielder is and does. Roll me a d20.
Oh, nope, come on. Sit.
standing amongst your people, claiming your birthright and showing the way, as a true commander and leader must. Raise up the lighthouse, shine brightly the path, so that others may follow it. Anything else, Sasha, that you wish to learn from this?
Right. I would be interested in learning more about, could I segue into the other divine artifacts?
Nope.
Right. I don't want to waste it. I guess.
Passing's okay.
Yeah, pass.
Okay.
That's just.
So, that is what you learn.
Can you use legend lore on things like the Prince of Blood? Or is it only items?
No, I could probably try it on the Prince of Blood, but you're gonna have to provide me with more incense. I've got a little bit, but this will be dipping into my reserves.
You bought 500.
Yes, but remember they bought me 500 for their things. This is for my personal projects, which I can't talk about with some of them.
Okay.
Because it's about Otoran shit.
I
That
can
wouldn't
replace
be
it.
legendary, but sure.
Oh, right. Well, I also bought it for the stuff about lore, so yeah. And I have no money.
I have very little, but I'll get some more incense. And we can try Prince of Blood.
It's 250 each time, just letting you know.
That's fine.
Hooray.
If you wish to do
Actually,
that,
you know what?
join that.
Maybe skip one of those days and let's go back into the fighting arena. Rook, if you have any free time.
Rook doesn't have free time, he's researching and you're crafting shields.
Yes.
Tis
Right.
true.
Already declared you're doing that, so...
I know. All right. So, in that case, the Prince of Blood.
Okay.
A creature sealed within a.
Spending
Is that-
250
Find out.
GP?
Okay.
Who's
It
spending
started now.
250 GP?
Hmm?
I mean, Jamie said he'd spend
Yes,
250
yes.
GP.
Yeah, I've got the. Yeah. Go for it.
Okay.
250 GP. That's 25 PP, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, let's minus that.
Okay.
0-1.
Oh shit! I forgot to go back and buy that bloody decanter.
Correct, you did.
God, I hope they're not angry with me.
No, I mean, they just asked if you wanted to buy anything and you said you might be back, so... I was go back for it later if
Right.
it's still there. Anyway. So, you wish to learn about the Prince of Blood?
Yes.
Okay. You use the spell, burning the incense. The spell occurs. A prince drenched in blood, born of a brooded queen, made by the disasters of the past. Many were sacrificed for his uprising, for his crowning, and his coronation. Sealed away long ago, his legacy ends there. You may not ask any more questions. That is all there is on him.
Not for long, it isn't.
Do you say this to the rest of us?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm telling everyone.
Brooded Queen religion.
Go ahead.
I can tell you a wild guess.
I know how to act, don't we?
I swear to God, if it's a Spider Queen, I'm gonna scream.
What's
That's
the
an
total?
18.
18. How old are you? You can type me your age if you want. This matters quite a bit, actually. Okay, you would not know.
Okay.
There are several things which ring a bell, and there are several things which don't make sense, so probably not them. You're not book smart enough to know this information. Anybody who's proficient in religion, you can go ahead and make a check, but the DC is stupid high.
Ha
Oh.
Should
No!
have luckied it. Shit. Just remember.
Should have.
If only.
I don't suppose history would be at all helpful in the knowing anything about the
Unfortunately,
uprising?
history would work if you were old enough. Which you are not.
Unfortunately, I'm not Wilbert. I don't have these unknown
Well,
proficiencies.
I mean, that has some interesting implications in and of itself.
It's true. But yes, you do not know. So, anything else you'd like to do over the course of this time?
No.
Oh yeah. Sasha, I've been meaning to ask.
Yes.
I saw when I was looking through the store, there was some bracers in there, magical.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone using them? Or?
Is that the ones which do are those the really sharp ones?
Yes.
I don't think anyone's using them. Why?
Well, I was curious and looked at them. It might be useful. I was wondering if I could use them.
You're welcome to. Just promise me you won't lose them. They're kind of sentimental.
Of course. Wasn't planning on.
Also, if you die, we're taking them off your corpse.
That's
Same as the previous owner.
Exactly.
And the owner before that.
Also true. I'm surprised you remembered that, actually.
How
I
many
mean, you're
guys
not
have you
wrong,
not
but
killed?
also, oof.
Look, we didn't.
I mean,
kill
probably those owners probably weren't too smart.
we didn't kill the first owner. We found them.
Kill the second owner.
We
Who
didn't
said that?
kill the second owner. He got himself killed.
What are these braziers?
They are thorn braces. They allow you to do 1d6 additional damage on each weapon hit. Specifically,
But you
melee
can't be
weapon.
healed.
Yes. But they
But-
have a very big downside.
But the downside is you cannot heal.
Unless by potions.
No. You can't.
No, you cannot
heal.
heal.
You cannot heal except to 1 hit point. Or by
Oh, I
hit
thought you
die.
said potions.
Only through rest.
Only through rests and
Oh,
by
okay.
by up to 1 hit point.
Yeah, up to 1 hit point.
That sounds horrible.
It is, but a 1d6 on every weapon attack you ever make could be very powerful. I will say this, for balancing purposes, you do not get a d6 per weapon hit with Swarm.
That don't worry, I was already planning on that.
You're not allowed to have that broken thing where it's like, oh, how much damage do you do? I do 60 plus 10d6. It's like, no, go away with that.
I suppose it'd be okay for someone like Infernal who can use a bit of range with his melee. But
Yes.
for someone like me, or Sasha who are tanks, that sounds like a potential disaster.
I
If
mean,
you-
allowed
the
to heal.
barbarian took it and died with him.
Yeah,
So-
but the Barbarian could utilize it a bit better because they take half damage from everything. So they
Yeah.
effectively have double hit points. Unless it's by a spell. But at that point, if you haven't got spellcasters who know counterspell or anything else, then it's, yeah. It's got a big downside, but the upside is massive. It would be particularly
Oh,
powerful
yeah.
with you, Rook, because
Can you imagine?
just imagine, oh yeah, I crit on a 19 and 20 doing additional 2d6 per, in addition to your usual additional d6. A crit would do 3d6 plus 2d12, plus 2d4 if you're enlarged, which is insane. That's
Yeah.
great weapons master, and you're just looking for trouble.
But then if you just get
Then
damage,
if you
you're
get
like,
nuked
oh, no.
by an effect, you can't just go Sasha, I need healing, because it don't work.
No, exactly. I would probably be quite tempted to dodge that at all costs because, heck, that sounds like a disaster.
Yeah, it's yeah. You get most of your stuff by the fact that you can heal. Now it would work with your second wind, but everything else it
Alright.
wouldn't work with.
Let's be honest though.
Yeah.
160 hit points adding a 10 plus, like, whatever, is not much.
Yeah.
No.
Now I got a question for you, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
If just theoretically, if whoever had an item that did that, would his specter be able to heal it?
No. This is magical healing.
Okay.
Good theoretical point there. Anyway,
Yeah.
anything else that you'd like to do during this time?
Yes.
Any other
The
casts of
next
legend
legend lore.
Which you're aiming at what?
The sword
Wait.
known as lore and all of its related stories that I've learned.
Legend Lore is a 6th level spell, right?
5th level, for God's sake.
5th?
Yeah, fair.
Mm-hmm. What is it with people and getting confused between 5th and 6th level spells?
Because they're both very good spells and they get confusing.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah. Legend Lord's 5th. Bard, Cleric, and Wizard.
How many times can you cast it on the same item?
As many times as you want
Infinite.
until you run out of information. Because it doesn't tell you what you already know. And it will become more and more specific the more you cast it on it.
Oh.
So, for example, if you were to cast, let's say, for example, Legend Lore on Blade again, you already know this information, but you just learnt that there is a problem with whoever is bound to it by bloodline. Then name the bloodline, which we already know as Rook's bloodline, but it may then name the bloodline if you didn't know that information, and then maybe tell you more background info on that. The more info you know, the more it gives you, and the more you can chain its effect, the more you can learn thereafter.
So what you're saying is I should probably tell the party my actual name then.
I mean, it's even
Yes.
if it. I mean, they already know that you're called Rook, and they know it's bound to your bloodline. So it's not like it doesn't matter because the party would already know. In effect, it's just an example.
Oh, okay, right.
But what is your real name, by the way, Brooke?
It's Rook.
Immediate backtrack
Is
on
that
previous
your-
comment.
It's Rook Iron Fist.
Iron Fist? I'm a
Yeah.
Smashfist! Maybe you have Minotaur relatives.
Well,
Oh.
technically it's Cosmic
Good
Rook
to
Fist,
know.
Iron Fist.
But I've
Good
heard
to
of Iron
know.
Fist before.
Have you?
Go ahead and roll me a history check. This is something that you might actually know. Oh, just the
Oh.
left one.
Yeah, I don't know why it rolled that one. History 12?
12? You haven't heard much? The Iron Fist name rings a bell, but it doesn't seem to stick. So they probably, if they do have a relevance, it's probably not, either it's not a big one, or it wasn't relevant to you at that time.
There you go. So you all know my name now. Cosmic Rook Iron Fist.
Yep.
Nice.
So, casting Legend Lore on Lore, you said.
Yes.
Okay.
Lore, to clarify.
Yep. Do not
I don't
worry,
want
I
the lore
know.
of everything in the
No.
world.
I know. Okay. You receive the following knowledge. Bound in darkness and wielded by shadow, this blade radiates on in the hands of those who would do it wrong. As it gleams, its history old, blade shimmering, waiting, watching, until a new wielder arises, or it returns to its fold. What would you like? Would you like to aim your legend?
It's unlikely, but the princes who wielded it, is that an option? Like the
DC will be
The
15, but yes, you can.
okay, okay.
So go ahead and roll.
I've already said it now, so I kind of have to do it.
The prince who wielded it, correct?
Nope, nothing.
Spell ends.
Wow.
Well, that was
What
informative.
did it tell you?
So what's the law?
What? I regaled them with what I said because I'm really hoping you've got a list of these that you're going to post in the chat.
do. Don't worry.
Thank fuck.
The lore is for just regaling the tale. Lore is a sword that has been that Sasha has been sent on a divine quest to go and find and return back to a deity known as Alarandra. It is one of her last remaining relics, and it is a sword which was wielded by various individuals. The one it was particularly wielded by was the warrior son, the scholarly son who used to know Abod, is somewhere in the world, but the warrior son died in battle. There's memorials to him somewhere, there's various bits of information about him, but otherwise the only thing which you now know is that the sword is somewhere wreathed in shadow and wielded by darkness.
Okay.
As you may imagine, one of that is partially why I want to check out the Dark Reap ruins.
Makes sense.
There's also one of the relics also has the same description of where it is.
Mm-hmm. I am
So
aware.
can we use legend lore to find like relics?
Potentially, yes.
It would cost 250 gold per, and it's not necessarily a surefire hit, because you need to know the information beforehand. And this means if there's any other hidden lore, it could just bounce to that, and then you have to try and direct it, which isn't a surefire way of knowing.
Yeah.
So it's
So basically, if we can get a very vast supply of incense, absolutely, we can try.
Yeah.
But it probably isn't worth it if we have something to go off of already.
Yeah, we think we've found. Infernal might have found the axe. Yeah. With the giants. You've got. Which ones do you lot reckon you know roughly where it could be?
Where was this?
the list of the Dawnseeker weapons.
Yeah.
The giants next to Oregon. And the next one, I believe, would be the Dark Reap ruins, but I'm not very sure about anything. The Archipelago might be one of them.
Obviously,
your old
know
friend
about,
was from
Okay.
your old friend that left.
Gact, who's currently performing on your stage.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
He's from there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's from he studied in the Archipelago to learn his bardic skills.
Could we grill him for information?
He doesn't know anything because
Don't believe
he's a
he knows
student.
anything.
If I remember correctly, his intelligence wasn't necessarily the highest either, so...
Oh god, yeah. Just reading these descriptions. In the heart of the earth, within a land of crystal webs. Webs!
Yeah, this also might be one of them.
Webs.
Oh no, webs!
Bloody spiders.
Yep, we gotta go after crystal spiders now, Jimmy.
Yeah, they're gonna have a nice high AC, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they're dangerous creatures, they're all CR10 or higher.
That's fine, I can hit them 3 times potentially now. And I've got a plus to hit, haven't
I can also disintegrate them.
Has my to hit gone up now? With the dark or black steel?
Good question.
What?
Don't think so. I think that's on the next one, which is a tier 4.
I thought you said it did.
I will double check.
And then it goes up again with Mithril,
Let me check my metals list. So you're currently on black steel, correct?
Yeah.
Black steel is a tier 4 metal. Tier 4 is used in... Yeah, no, it becomes a +2 weapon.
Bam.
Yeah, and then the next thing that you're going to need is Arcanium followed by Mithril, followed by Adamantine. And Adamantine will get you that +3.
Arcanium myth. And then Adamantine. Fucking what the hell is Arcanium?
Okay.
Arcanium is enchanted steel. Or enchanted metal and can be mined from natural deposits, but it's very hard to get.
Of course it
But
is.
we do know people who have gotten ingots of it before, so do have the ability.
He needs a
to find
pure ingot. You've worked with wrought ingots.
Right. What would... Okay. I'm assuming you need a lot of a normal ingot to make... Of normal ingots to make a pure ingot.
That would be the case for anything of mithril or lower.
What about
For
arcanium?
For arcanium, unfortunately, it isn't something that you can just add more of and make it pure. That's something you either have to find naturally, or you have to create it via making arcanium from darksteel.
So if we were to get a pure darksteel ingot and then turn that into arcanium, would it be a pure arcanium ingot?
Correct.
Right.
Now you just
Really
have to
wish
find out
you'd
how to
gotten an
make an
extra
arcanium ingot.
To the bookstore!
No. Alright, you can do that next week.
Metal smithing for dummies. Oh, I didn't know that.
Arcanium mithril.
There you go. You now have a +10 to hit, doing 1d12 plus 6 slashing.
Perfect.
Okay. So,
As
as you all come to a close during your time skip, making shields, preparing yourself, gathering spells, doing research, forming legend laws, were there any other spells you wish to use? Because I remember you guys said you might want to scry.
Scry.
Okay. So you're scrying on the Prince of Blood.
Prince of Blood.
What's your DC?
My DC is 18 now.
Nope, that's a success. He's fine.
Can you scry on one other person?
That's 5th level, right? Scrying. Yeah.
Yeah, you should have 2.
No.
Yes.
No.
You're a level 10 druid, you should have 2.
I should.
There's a level 10 druid, yeah. Because you get 6th level at 11th level druid. So you should have 2 5th levels.
Yeah, you should have 2 5th level.
Let me just double check.
It might be that the formula's not worked. That I've found that has been happening recently with these character sheets, so I've done something wrong.
10th. Yeah, I do have to. Okay, yeah, I can.
Yeah, okay, it's just the overlay page I need to change. That now. So, you wish to scry again on a different character?
Well, can we have the first thing we go through?
Or he
Like, do
failed?
the Prince of Blood first and then
Yeah, he did, and the Prince of Blood
We did,
succeeded.
it failed.
Oh,
He succeeded his save.
could you use it on Silda?
Okay, whoever this Sildath person is.
Oh, that's the guy who made your spear, isn't it?
No, it is the fucking brain tumor guy that escaped underground.
Oh, the Illithid.
Yes.
Or the Ulathade, sorry.
Yes.
Yes, the one who you... Yes, that is correct. Okay. Oh man, do they have magic resistance? I need to know this now.
Oh, that guy. So I
Making
do
me
know.
look up an Ulathade stats, getting out Volos for the first time in, like, forever. Oh man, it's at the bottom of the pile. Alright. Mr. Ulathade, what can you do? Fun demons. Some bigger giant things. Getting close. Around it somewhere. Mind flayers. Elder Brain. Nope. Ulathade. Magic resistance. Wisdom save of that much. This is 18. That's a success.
Man, all these things roll. What are they rolling?
They have magic resistance. They have advantage.
Of course they have magic resistance.
Both of those fail.
I'm not surprised with the Prince of Blood, to be honest.
I mean, I'm not surprised with him either, but
Also, it could have automatically failed. But you don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I can still use it, 4 more times for the other 2 days?
Okay.
Oh, okay. I wanna, one of them use it on Singe Bloodbriar. That's the one.
Oh, he's the...
Yeah, he's the guy that made me.
Okay, you're using it on Singe Bloodbriar.
Sure.
Okay. He does get a +5 to save, as this is second-hand knowledge.
Yep, I have no idea who this person is.
Yep, that's a success with a +5.
Damn
Okay.
it.
I'm not scrying on anybody else for you anymore. Nope, I'm joking. I am.
Second one on the second day.
Give me 1 sec to pull up his name.
Abod.
Yeah, can I was cry?
What's scrying?
Abod can't scry.
Sasha can, though.
True, but you've already used all your stuff on Legend.
No, I haven't. I can use Legend Lore and Scrying like 3 times per day, and I haven't used Legend Lore 9 times.
Okay. What would you like to scry on?
So I used it 4 times already. Okay, so that means I have 5 left. I would like to attempt to scry on the Prince of Blood.
Okay. Day 1. He succeeds.
Day 1 can't.
I also would like to continue to scry on the Prince of Blood.
On the second day.
Yeah.
What's your DC?
16.
He succeeds.
Okay, who was the other one if you wanted more scrying?
Well, I wanted 2 people, but
Okay, who are the 2 people?
Sildath and Senge Bloodbriar.
Which one's more important?
Sildath.
Sildath. I
Succeeds.
gaze and... Sildath! Motherfucker.
Are you doing it again, or?
Yes, I'm doing it again.
Okay, on Sildath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he fails!
Yes!
You see, as your vision clarifies, as your vision peels back the warmth of Uturan wrapping around you, you feel her glowing, growing warmth wrap around you. Those of you in the room kind of feel a light intensity of fire and heat radiating from Sasha. As she concentrates through her prayer, you hear the voice of Uturan ring out to you as you dissipate into a new vision. You see, currently coiled up in somewhere in a cave, a very decrepit and very weak, currently lightly pulsing inside of this very small and very thin layer of pink and purple film. Underground is that of a mind layer of some kind. You note that the form of it seems to be mutating slightly, where it has a lot of lumps over the outside of it. Currently, roll me a Arcana or Religion check.
Okay.
What would you want, Arcana or Religion?
Religion for me, because
Go ahead and roll.
I can't... I've got no Arcana.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, he is recreating he is not regrowing, but he is being recreated in a brine pool as a elder brain. His consciousness will feed a new colony.
Well, shit. I regale this.
You watch as the form pulses and glows ever so slightly. You don't catch any other remnants of anything special around. It seems to be fairly isolated.
Is this underground?
Yes, somewhere.
Can I look at the stone around to give me some rough idea of any potential, if not location, region of the place it might be, of the world it might be in?
I will say, roll me an intelligence check with disadvantage.
I think a dwarf would know rocks.
Very true, but rocks are very general as well. Okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah, no,
it's
absolutely
rock.
does not.
You don't know what kind of rock it would be. You'd need to further analyze it.
Right. Well, shit. I keep watching for the 10 minutes, but
Okay.
I don't expect
Nothing
anything
special
different to happen.
happens. No.
Yeah.
And your final scroll?
Oh! My final scry. Who was that other one? Something blood... something?
Senge Bloodbriar.
Senge Bloodbear.
Wait, didn't you 3 on the Prince of Blood and 2 on this guy? No, you used all.
There was
5.
only 2 on the Prince of Blood.
Was there only 2 on the Prince of Blood?
Because
Yeah,
one of
only
them
the-
was
It was
one
the
of them
first
was
day and
was
the second
Malcom.
day.
Right.
Yeah, I mean your first day automatically failed
Yeah, because
because I already used it on the first day.
That doesn't mean you can.
He's immune to scrying if it's already used on him, and he succeeds.
I
For
thought that was
24 hours.
only immune to that person scrying.
I typically go by a party by
Oh,
party.
no, he's
basis.
immune to the spell.
He's immune to
Yeah,
the spell.
he's immune
for
to
the
the
day.
spell. That's what it says in the.
Oh, you could have told me that.
I tried to tell you, but
Oh well.
I said can't do it on the first day, and Chris just
On a successful save, the target isn't affected, and you can't use this spell against it, and you can't use this spell against it again for 24 hours.
Yes, and I said also I use it on a party basis. So because
Right, yeah, that's fine, but that's where the confusion was. Right, okay.
So anyway, you have 1 scry left.
Right. Senge Bloodbar. Or whatever his name was.
You do not know who he is. There's a +5. He succeeds.
Ah,
You should really learn this spell yourself.
I cannot.
Make it a lot easier. I don't know.
I wish I could.
Anyways,
Get like a magic item or something. Oh, get a crystal ball.
for mine, I would like to try on Kathok.
Ooh. Okay. I need to check Scry's description now.
What the fuck is K-Thought?
Kathos.
Kathok.
Okay. This, okay, is making this with a -15.
Wait, what?
As you know him, and you are part of him. As you are part
Oh.
of his bloodline.
Oh yeah.
Does have advantage though. So, with a natural 20,
Oh my god.
+5, -15, plus his intelligence save, which is a +17, I think.
Oh my
That is
Yeah,
that is
oh.
a successful save on his part.
God. Why? I just got screwed. Well, just to let you know, on my last day, I'm making sure that it's a full 24 hours and doing it again to them.
Okay. Another check and advantage. Okay. So, what's the DC?
I would 18.
Okay. Due to the fact that he gets... Okay, negating the -15 versus his +17 makes that a +2. That is a 19 versus your DC of 18. He does succeed.
Oh my. Okay, well, I give up on scrying. I have not succeeded a single
You
one.
can just keep doing it, you know.
I've got to roll lower. I've got to roll low at some point with advantage. So
Exactly.
I mean, I don't think it's
Eventually-
possible for me to learn it. I need Queglod to make me something which would let me cast.
yeah, and a scrying device is a very rare equipment, which is worth about 25k. So
Oh, we should definitely learn to make those. Those would be great.
yeah, 25k for a thing that can use scrying once per day, and you roll a d20 on a 1, it shatters. Yeah, sounds great.
Well, come on. If they're that rare, someone's gonna want it.
Maybe. Anyway, with your little time in the Dawn Festival, enjoying yourselves, spending some time creating, crafting, meeting with various individuals.
Oh, by the way, all of the shields are like emblazoned with a dawn seekers or dawn marshal symbol is
Yeah,
on them.
whatever that would be. As you
I'm assuming a dawn rising sun, along with like several pillars or something in the background. I don't know.
Either way, as your festival time comes to a close, the slight surge in income for you being there, but none of you big upping your tavern during that time.
I would have liked
No,
to, but no one.
I
didn't
said one thing during that time, and you decided to craft. So, as you spend that time enjoying some luxury time and downtime to yourself, relaxing before your next journey and your next move, or your next big decision. That is where we will end the session there for tonight. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We will see you again in the next one, which will be in potentially 2 weeks. If Soaring Skies ends this Tuesday, so the last session ends this Tuesday, I am taking the week out from next Sunday.
Okie dokie.
Just because I'm going to spend some time where I'm going to relax. This does not mean there will not be a Sunday stream. We will potentially be doing Jackbox, Shell Shock, Live, something weird that we haven't done in a while. Ultimate Chicken Horse. Ultimate Chicken Horse is no longer buggy.
Scriblio.
No, not Scribbler. That gets really
Battle
dangerous.
for
Oh yeah,
Wales!
that.
We
I
could
don't
play
think that's
Battle
safe
for
for
West North
speed.
if we get more people in, and we could play a Battle Royale, but that's that's not as much of a fun party game that everybody has.
That's true.
Jackbox requires just me.
I do feel like Jackbox is
Either
a good
way.
one.
We will probably be playing that next week because I want to take a week out from D&D, because if I end up feeling burnout, that's the end of a campaign. So I'm taking some time out, and also just so I can relax from it. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.